Welcome to Brookhill Park Estate. So I'm going to take you through one of the furnished units in the estate. So these are 3-bedroom terrace with BQ. You have your luxurious sitting room. Over here you have your dining, and this is your fully fitted kitchen. Your visitor's toilet is over here. Then I'm going to take you to the rooms upstairs. So this is one of the rooms with your bathroom. This is the second room.
Hi. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Yeah. Hello, good evening, good afternoon. Whichever one that applies to you. Oh, yeah. How do I pin this? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Good afternoon. As I coming in, please just click the share button and invite somebody. Chairman, jẹ́ kí n pè é padà àbí kò bọ́ọ̀sì nípa délé mo wà live, mo wà online. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining. Please, as you're joining, please help us just click the share button and let us invite our friends. Welcome. Olayinka Ebuziba, Mary Fabode, welcome. You are welcome. Can you guys hear me audibly? Good afternoon. Olubukola Jose, welcome. Please just do a favor by clicking the share button and let us invite our friends to join in as you're coming in. Okay. I think I'm the problem. Please share and let us invite our friends to join us. Welcome, welcome. Hello, what's up? I do. Yeah. I'm on right now. I'll be on my own. I finish. I'll be on my own in a minute. Have you been to Burlington? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So are you doing that? Okay, all right. When I finish up. Yep. Right. Good evening, everyone. All right. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Good evening to all our YouTube viewers and those of you joining from Twitter. Thanks for joining. Good evening and welcome. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Yeah. Maybe evening, maybe night in some part of the world. And for me, it's always a good time being here and sharing with you guys. You know, can you guys hear me audibly? Yeah, phone to double. Can you guys hear me audibly? Let me be sure that you can hear me. Okay, okay, all right. I was just making sure. Mm, right. I didn't care, Bonnie. Momo. How you doing? All right. Good evening to you all. It's such a privilege to be here and be with you guys today. And my name is Victor King, and I'm privileged to be your host. Thanks for joining and welcome. Now, let me say, give you a little charge, and then we go into the business of the day. For me, I've come to the point where I don't even know how to phrase this so that I don't get into any trouble. I saw so many things everywhere unfolding over the weekend, different scenarios, different scenes, different incidents that just make me feel the need to share with you guys certain reality. You see, in life, the shortest way or the easiest way to live an unhappy and unfulfilled life is to take a decision based on public opinion. And I'll tell you why. First of all, public opinion is never the right opinion. You do things because of what it looks like or what people feel like. Anybody's opinion or, whatever they feel about you. I realize that people get worked out so much about what people say or how people feel. Don't get it wrong. It is good for you to check yourself. Nobody is a monopoly of knowledge, and you cannot be right every time. Okay, you can't possibly be right all day, every day. But you will do yourself a lot of harm if you want to be taking the decisions of your life based on what somebody else's perception is. This is the truth. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody at all can be absolutely correct about the issues of your life. You are the one that owns your body. You are the one that owns your life. You are the one that is in that situation. You are the one that is going through whatever you are going through. You are the one that is in that phase. Oh, somebody will tell you, I've been there. I'm telling you, I've been there. No, you were in your situation. We might experience a similar incident, but different scenarios. We might experience the same scenarios, but different characters, different people, you know. So, for example, the actually this thing that has to do with the mind. Issues of marriage just become so complex. And somebody will tell you, I've been married for 15 years, I've been married for 25 years. I'm telling you, this is how to do it. No, if you did not marry my husband, you don't know how to do it. You've been married for 35 years, but were you married to my husband? No. So you cannot possibly know what I'm going through. I was sharing with a dear friend over the week, and she said something that is very, very germane. She said, let me remember how she phrased it. That see, people, yeah, very little. I have a whole long activity for the week, so I decided to just do this and put it behind me. For today is the only day I have, so you get, so I like to maximize it. Got groceries to do. I have one other business to handle, and then I'm gonna have a busy night. So people seems to have a position, and be careful of some people in your life. Sometimes friends, sometimes family, sometimes even parents. People who advise you over something, and possibly you feel otherwise, and you take another decision, and they take offense to it. Your friend is beefing you because you did not date who you think that you're supposed to date. Common sense should tell you that your friends have an ulterior motive to that. You have friends that start giving you attitude because he wants you to break up with your husband or break up with your boyfriend, and you choose not to. You choose to remain and build it, and the person is getting personally offended. How can you use Panadol to somebody else's headache? Can you hear me? Those are people you should be afraid of, because you see, in this life, nobody loves you more than they love themselves. But you see, we seem to get ourselves worked out over what people feel. So there's so many people who are unhappy in what they do, maybe in their relationship, maybe in their business. But because they see, let me tell you the biggest challenge of somebody who have been through separation or divorce before. When they get into another relationship and that relationship seems to not work, it becomes very ridiculous and difficult to get out of it. Because you see, the fear of what will people say. They will say, I've broken a relationship before and now I want to get another divorce. What will I look like in the society? You will have to choose either your mental health, your happiness, or public opinion. This is the sad part. Public opinion don't remain the same. Public opinion changes. When you are consistent and firm in what you believe in, it's a question of time. People will tend to come back and agree with you. They will come to terms back. So the one for to or you begins to live below the life of a human because you want to be happy to batikwa, because you are afraid of what somebody will say about you. It's your fault. And I see so many people do stuff and blame other people for it. It's your fault. I just think I should put that out there. Consciously criticize yourself. You are the best critic of yourself. The worst thing you can do to your own life is to lie to your own self. So many people, you are the problem of your own life. Criticize yourself, because then don't you rubbish, don't you rubbish. You know what I mean? And this is the truth. Don't beat yourself up. The problem we have is that we always want to assume perfection in our life. You don't have to be right every time. You cannot necessarily be right at all time, but you see, you know it. Be truthful enough to tell yourself that I messed up, I screwed it, and work towards being a better person. Especially when it comes to relationship, if you've screwed one relationship before, maybe you are just unlucky. Maybe there's no way you have a part in it, or maybe you feel like some things you didn't do right. Instead of you walking out of it with bitterness and anger, no, be responsible to yourself enough to tell yourself, so that most times we always look for a perfect partner, a perfect man, a perfect woman that will complement you. Most times that's not the case. Most times the case is you being the perfect person. You will possibly be able to complement and sustain the imperfection of another person, of your partner, even if the person is imperfect. Because number one, two likes attract. If you have built yourself to a place of responsibility and commitment to yourself, not to anybody. So many people are committed to people, but they are not committed to themselves. Outline your values and be committed to yourself. You will naturally attract the like minds. Let's now say that the person is even imperfect. The person has certain weaknesses. Your strengths will complement his weakness. So it is better, instead of looking for the right woman, the right man, be the right person. So even if the person is not that right, first of all, one, if you are the right person, there are certain things that will not attract you. You understand? And when you get the right person, even though he has shortcomings, you've worked on your emotions, your temperament, your persistency, your patience has been in the right order. You get to date somebody who is a little bit temperamental. You'll be able to absorb over time his excesses or her excesses. We always look for. That's why all you see is what is wrong. Be happy for yourself. Don't stress yourself over nothing. You take a decision that based on what people feel. Oh, they say something. Oh, this social media madness. Hey, people are afraid of what people will say online. I see so many episodes of drama the whole week. One person is carrying his own marital issue, bring it on social media. Instagram is blasting, and then you want to blame somebody else's for it, and then this one and that one. Unnecessary stress. Till what here? You can mess up. If you mess up, sit back and relax and fix it. That's all. Amen. Having said that, let's get to the business of the day. So this whole month of February, we've been talking about living in love. And I was very careful to, because in my reflection, I realized that I have reflected in life. And like I said, I saw an article that was talking about so many people who are in marriage, but they are not in love. And it's not because the love gone sour. It is because that's how it has been from the start. And last week, I started by asking a very fundamental question. Can you be in love with somebody? Can you marry somebody that you are not in love with? And that's where we are going to start today. Because I'm going somewhere. I posted that same question earlier today. And I saw the comment section. And it's almost women pouring out emotions. And it's all, no, 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 no. I wish to find out how many of people who have said no are actually married. And I hope I can find one honest person among them so I can ask them questions. I will give you a couple of scenarios. Maybe I should ask you this. Like I said, it's not a sermon, it's not a speech, I'm not a pastor. It's a chat room, like I've always told you. So it's a dialogue. We're just going to rub minds together. Let me ask you this. So many people have said no, they cannot marry somebody that they are not in love with. Fair enough, it's logical. We are going somewhere. But let me ask you this. Can you be married to somebody? You love the person, you marry the person. Fair enough. But do you think it is possible to be in marriage and you lost love for the person, but the marriage is still working? Because it is not love that keeps marriage. It is commitment. responsibility to the vow, to your partner, to yourself? Is it possible to be married? Are there marriages that exist and is seemingly working on the surface, but love is missing? Is it possible to be married to somebody where the love is on? I'm not saying that you did not love him, you marry him. No, you love him. Is it possible that love can be missing in the middle? Is it possible? I would love to hear from those who are married or who have been married. So we have a okay. So let me do something because it's a chat room. I think at any point in time in this conversation, we can get call-ins. Number to call is on your screen, and we can move forward from there. Somebody said exactly yes. So it is possible to be in marriage. The marriage is working, but the love is missing. Is it equally possible to be in an unhappy marriage, but yet it's not as if the person is forced, but the person cannot quit. He doesn't see any reason to quit. You just accept the fate that this is how it's going to be. Let me hear you. You guys talk to me. Ẹ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀, bá mi sọ̀rọ̀. Is it possible that there are people who are possibly married, they're possibly not happy, and they just choose to remain there? They just choose to remain there. So possible. I want to hear your feedbacks. My third question is this. Is it possible to love somebody and you are married to the person, and while you are in marriage, you fall in love with somebody else? Do you think it's possible? Nothing is wrong with the marriage, though. The marriage is seemingly working. Maybe little issues. There's no perfect marriage. But can you be married and realize that you're having feelings for somebody else? Is it possible? Do you think it's possible? Yes. I want us to be on the same page. I want to get your feedback before I proceed. Do we have problem with the internet service? Anna Williams, welcome. It is very possible. Which one is that, Elzeba? Which one are you saying is very possible? Which one is very possible? I'll wait. Can you be married to somebody? I'm not saying on bay one Jao, but can a married woman or a married man? Okay, so it's possible to be in a relationship or be married and fall in love with somebody else. Somebody said it's very possible. Yes. Cross opinion. Does anybody want to have a? It's possible to be married, but the commitment is not really there. Bola, you're welcome. Florence, welcome. So somebody said it's possible to be married and the commitment is not really there. You see, at the end of this whole talk, you realize that everything that has to do with emotions is, number one, is very, very, you can't format it. It doesn't have it's very flexible. And then you realize that marriage has nothing to do with love. Love is a good thing. Love makes your marriage works. But love is not the reason why you marry. And this is very awkward. I know it doesn't sound so right, but I will explain it to you. Or I will take you there. Let's get to that route. Slowly, that's why I'm taking my time. Okay, I love this. It is not done anywhere. Being in marriage and still have feelings for someone out there is not possible. Very good. It's possible, however, a man can easily lost mistakenly for love for someone else. For the woman to love another, it takes a lot of frustration. Well, I would disagree with you, Tayo. And for one reason, because you see, you guys always think that the issues of the mind has to do with gender. No, I'm sorry, I must confess. That's not true. Ooh, you don't want me to give you scenarios. Scenarios. Or if I can't leave my husband, but somebody else is knocking her, he's fucking somebody outside. Well, love is a reality, Florence. Love is actually a reality. But marriage is intentional. Marriage cannot be based on love because love is a feeling, actually. It's an emotional disposition. And marriage is more than that. I'm not saying love is not part of marriage, but marriage is more than the subject of love. There's more to marriage than love. Unfortunately, most people focus and take their decisions to marry based on love. And it goes beyond. Some things our forefathers were saying to us those days, those who are older in marriage, by now we know that those things are actually reality. For instance, common ground. When the marriage relationship is toxic, it's possible. Well, it's possible if it's not toxic. Well, let me not even give an opinion yet. I like the fact that you guys have a different perspective to it. So I think we're going to do justice to these subjects by, first of all, have a couple of scenarios. Look at it critically. We can debate over those scenarios. And then we'll come to a melting point. There is a woman who might not be necessarily having the best of marriage, and I don't know anybody who have the best of marriage. And married people will tell me that. We agree to that. And on the surface, nobody is hearing them having any problem. She might be having problem internally or something. But yes, every marriage have their crisis or whatever they're going to deal with, individual differences and all of that. Well, at least it's not as if they are fighting or anything. So this woman in the marriage, for whatever reason or however reason, fell in love with a younger guy, get into a relationship with a younger guy and fell in love with him. Married woman. And those of you self-righteous people will start judging her. Married woman. Normal, on a good day, it dey happen. Sure you get. Don't be too judgmental. It dey happen. But the woman will clearly state it. I'm married though, and this is it. There will be a borderline. One 4 hour when whether you like it or not, whether you want to admit to that reality or you don't know, or you are just a novice, on 4 hour when sure you get. But they fell in love. People cheat for different reasons. I don't, it's not my business to know why she decided to do that in the first place. But the problem is, This is somebody that is more than 20 years older than the guy. More than 4 hours, you know, thing. For some reason, the guy is madly in love with her. For some reason that I don't understand. Hear me. They are so entangled now. And the guy now wants commitment. He wants to marry the woman. I'm telling you a real life story. But the woman is not ready to leave her husband. So it becomes a problem. This guy is a young guy that has never been married, no kids. And the man and the woman is a married woman with kids. She's troubled, stressed out. She's in love with this guy. But there's no excuse or any escape to leave the marriage. What do you say to that? Scenario one. I should be giving you one by one. I should give you a couple of scenarios and then we'll debate it. I've seen a couple of people, talking to people on a personal note who get older in life, and especially women, and the husband no day, husband no day. Oh, you said love or loss? No, she's actually in love with the guy. Like they are in love, like dead, like die-hard love. The guy does everything for her. The girl does everything for her. For him. Like they are madly in love. I'm telling you, real life. As in love, enviable love. No, it's not lost. Well, somebody said that means something is lacking in the marriage that the young guy is giving to her. We don't know, but to the extent that we can see on the surface, the man might not be 100% good, but the man is doing everything a man should do. Providing for the family, doing this. Nobody ever hear their beef or any bad boost from them. We don't know. But what could have resolved into this? But you see, the problem is that now she's stuck. The man, even if the man is bad, it's not as bad as she decided to leave. She doesn't want to leave. She even took a concession for this young guy. And the guy was literally in tears, begging her not to abort the pregnancy. Like begging. He's ready to settle down with the woman. And the lady is like, no, I can't leave my husband. And she had to terminate it. And their relationship still continue. I'm telling you, real life. The truth is, they might just be best being corner lover. That's what I said. Taking it a step further demands for more and might eventually not gel. I don't think it will gel, for real. As you said earlier, marriage demands for more than emotions only. You are very correct. You are very correct. Me, I can bet my life on it. If the woman leave the husband today and move with that guy, their relationship will not work. Garaga to show. Forget all this love. Shame away on the family. You get what I'm saying? Could they work? Yes, you can call in. The number to call in is on the screen. Look at your screen. Are you not seeing it? Me, I know, Gara, it will not work. No be African guy. Bagboshi. On my baba boy and we on my one side is there phone. We get to head that we. You know what I mean? He go behave, they will regulate him. It will possibly not work. And the woman is not even ready to leave the husband. A religious mind will say, báwo ló ṣe wu ìyàwó náà? Báwo ni ìyàwó ilé ṣe máa lọ máa fẹ́ aṣọ ṣe ṣìnà? If it's somebody that is dating somebody that is rich now, they will say it's because ojú kòkòrò ló gba débẹ̀. Kí ló rí nù young boy yìí? Tó bá lè bímọ láyé, ó lè bímọ yẹn. Okay, somebody said they are into each other because of sex. Do you think so? If it is because of sex, let's say the woman is a freak. She would have been having problem with the husband about the subject of sex. We did not hear anything like that. Me, I personally asked before, pé ṣé ọkọ ẹ̀ òun fọ́ dáadáa ni? Ṣé ó ń complain about kò fọ́ òun lẹ́nu dáadáa? They said no, she has never said that. But me, I know for sure 9.5 out of 10. Auntie and do bastard. For that boy to be into her like that, you know, some guys won't. He's a young boy, very young boy in his 20s. Where I'm ọkùnrin ló ṣe mọ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ pé kó tó dá Amẹ́ríkà kò dá nílé ara ẹ̀ tó yẹ pé tí mo bá jáde ló kàn máa sáré ṣe kìkì kò tí dò parí normal. So ọkọ ẹ̀ máa ti yẹn experience àtàwọn ìyá tó bá ti wà ní 40s yẹn experience tó fi ń dókò experience ni o. So normally, the woman yẹn fọ́ ṣégè. So wọ́n gbé bọ̀bọ̀ ṣeré kan bọ̀bọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ni wọ́n bí ìyá rẹ̀. Most likely, the aunty go sabi gan. The aunty go sabi. For the boy to be that in love with her, aunty yẹn ṣe gbósùgbà sáyé. And we will get to the subject of sex very soon. We will get there. We will get there. Money question to is sex and love the same thing? I know they call sex love making. Do you really agree with it? Do you really agree with it? It is good to have sex with somebody you love. We get that. And there's nothing that is more torturing than sleeping with somebody you did not love. But Olosho cannot say that. Yeah. But does good sex mean being in love? I don't think so. Good sex does not necessarily mean good love, right? But good love with less sex, do you think it is still love? There's a way we attach sex and love as if is there are two things inside the same bracket. Sex is not love, but is love sex? But do you know that there are people in a relationship with somebody because the guys are big? Women here, okay, men in particular, men, they will not sorrow no. Mr. Muiwa, well done. Mr. Muiwa is there. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Muiwa. Is it possible, or do you agree that a man can like a woman and keep the woman because the girl is having good as a woman and she so possible kọkùnrin ní feelings obìnrin torí pé gẹ́gẹ́ ń do bastard ògbó ó ń gbé sáré ó ń gbé ní gan. Meanwhile, from a man's perspective, a guy can have sex with multiple ladies and not love either of them. Well, everybody are very wrong. When it comes to having sex with multiple people, women does it more. It's women that is doing prostitution. Ọkùnrin àgbẹ̀ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ ló mọ̀. Is open. There are women who are sleeping with. In fact, just recently, I just heard of one woman who slept with 3 men in one night. It's not even a young girl. Crying law. One night. Have one sugar daddy here, one boyfriend, man friend here. And slept with 3 of them in one night. So it has something to do with gender. At the end of the day. It has nothing to do with gender. Are you with me? That's nothing to do with gender. You want to talk about having sex with multiple people. Women does it more. If somebody have that kind of energy, and that is not even his strength, that is weakness. That person is having some mental illness that needs therapy. Because it's going to be difficult to actually enjoy love once you multitask like that. But we're not there yet. Let's get to this. So this woman now, she's in the very heated moment of her life. Because this is the man that she loves, and this is the man that she marries. The love of her life and the husband of her life. And they both want her attention at the same time. And she's in between this, and she have to freaking make a decisions. I don't know how they get into falling in love with each other, herself and the guy, but I will have not. I don't judge people as much as I'm not going to endorse it. But top and for that one aside, I won't even have a problem. But when I could establish that they are actually in love, and I'm like, how? And then I started thinking about so many things. So many things. Do you know how many young ladies have been frustrated by their parents at home? Mokowali. Let me give you another scenario. I dated a girl. I met a girl through a friend, a childhood friend of mine. This is a real life story, and I'm involved. So, listen. My friend got back and, old friend. And then I got to visit. What's up? Particular kilometer. When I got to see her, I met this young, amazing lady. Very amazing. And she was new, and where have you been? I've been looking for you. So I met this lady through a friend. I visited a friend who I've not seen in a very long while. And when I met her, as much as I was spotting her, like, who be this babe? Very established babe, cool, she's clean, from a very good family. Let me hear it more, who be this girl? I didn't say nothing, I just left. When I left, the next day my friend called me, babe, but boy, don't you watch shaking? I was like, hello, Shelley. Like, whoa, let me get bad later no. People gonna say, how already look on so okay, how quiet, okay, who is the kidney down like that. One way or the other, she requested that I visited again. I visited again. Long story short, did you have any formal talk? By that thought, second time I visited, we're chatting with my friend. So it was 3 of us hanging out. Then my friend went to her room. She needed to speak with her husband. And me and this girl were in the living room together, talked till middle of the night. And then she brought out her bed, and then we laid down. All on there, she said, yeah, I don't think that shit. That's how we got started. Yeah, no shit. Don't ask me any question. So we get to talk, and then I like her, and then we started dating. So when we now, after the whole, we do that night, so we get to talk. And she was a very honest girl, and she told me that she's in a relationship with a guy who is living abroad. As at then, I was in Nigeria, I said, who? He said, yeah, well, the family is involved. I said, how serious it is? He said, well, I've not seen him in person, but both families are involved. Both families know each other. It was a mom, I think, who knows the auntie of the guy. So it was like what do you call it? It was like a matchmaking thing. Right? So they've been dating, they've been talking over the phone, but the both families have been involved. They've known each other. They've set, matter of fact, they've already having a projection of wedding day and all of those things. And the father said, "Wait, I know my daughter." 2 weeks before I met her, father called her and said, "This whole thing that your mother is looking at it, but I am not involved. But I just want to ask you, do you like him? Are you going to marry him? Because I don't want you to embarrass me." And out of respect for the father and the whole thing, and she said, "I will marry him." She gave her word to the father. And then she met me. And she fell in love. And it became a fundamental problem. She told me the scenario. And as a good Christian, I said, "Well, if you have gone that far, you have given your words." And she told me, "I don't want to disrespect my father. My father was skeptical about it. I was the one who gave her a chance because I can't find anybody. I was not really dating no one. Why can I say no?" She said, "I don't really know the guy. It's not like I have any feelings for him, but they've been pressuring me to settle down." Follow my story. So I was like, "Well, it looks like an established relationship to me. So tó bá ti dé level yẹn, make you no worry about me. I'll let you just go ahead so that I don't be the distraction in a already formed relationship like this." She cried on my shoulder, and as a good Christian, I did not get in the middle. And why should I? Somebody say he cannot marry me, that he's in a relationship with somebody else, that they're already planning wedding. But why should I be worried? Why should I worry about it? Somebody, I ṣe fún Ọlọ́run ṣe fún wa ṣe à ń fún wa ṣe steady. Then wúlò. So kọ́. I let her continue with our relationship. I am for her to the glory of God. But somewhere in the middle, even though she told me, even though she was being honest, even though I will be there, the guy we called, she will pick the phone call. I can't talk because the guy will hear a man's voice. So I will have to get my mouth busy so that I will not talk. So I've been seeing people from there. To the glory of God, shall. But in the middle, what we are having went beyond just sexual intimacy. We became more close, we became more intimate, and we fell in love with each other. This girl is one amazing girl I'd ever had. In fact, we're birthday mates. She's January 14, I'm January 14. We did everything together. Everything. She means more. We became like real. Real. So, of course, she revolts. And she was like, "No, I'm not going to marry this guy. I found somebody I'm going to be in love with, that I'm in love with, and that's the person I want." Ooh, Lord, the hell let loose. My own friend that I met her through was mad because my friend was like, "Victor, show you a diary." Like, my friend was like, "No, I don't want to be that because the family, the parent knows that you are my friend and they're going to say I'm the one." So she was worried. And she's very close to their family. She was like, "No, Fomo, you see, like I told you. She better come for her. But I wanted more and she wanted more. She tried. And I was already hoping, like, she would come to my house. So, almost a couple of my families already know her. But one day, she called me, she said that she and her father have never gotten it good together all along. Damn. We have to get to this lady. You know, she felt like she and her father have always had discrepancies. And hey, the thing has, and this now, they already just settling each other, and she doesn't want to be in the father's black book again, especially because the father had a reservation. He was skeptical and called her, and she gave her word. I saw her pain and I saw her struggle, and I said, I promise you, I'm going to fade away. And I think you should just go ahead, respect the parent, because this is going to really embarrass them. The guy was already, planning to come. They fixed the date for introduction. The introduction is the day the guy will arrive. The guy will arrive from airport to introduction ground. I said I'm going to fade away, and I did fade away. They had introduction. The guy went back. And the lady was everywhere looking for me. She was so tired. And in fact, she took offense and accused me of, letting her off or walking away from her. If you love me, how do you find it easy to just walk away? And this if you don't believe the mad is in here. If the man mad is in here. It is you who always want it and still complain about it. You want to eat your cake and have it every time. That's the problem I have with women. And then she said, that means I never genuinely love her, because if I do, I will not find it very convenient and easy to walk out and quit the relationship like that, despite the fact that she was the one who requested for it and paid the scenario that I saw and I understand. And I told her, I said, I am sacrificing my happiness for yours. I am sacrificing my ambition. I'm sacrificing my love for your happiness. Right? She did everything for us to see thereafter, and I did not. Matter of fact, a night to their wedding, she was already lodged in the hotel where they're going to do the Oibalemo, and she called me to come over. I was busy in town, and then by the time I finished, it was already there. And I said, I can't see you again. It's already late. I said, I have to come. And I went there. And, because I felt there's a lot of people there. And she took me out of the midst of people and took me to a room. And I said, listen, you can't do this. She said, why? I said, listen, oh, mommy, I can't say no to, but if I am doing this, I'm doing this for you. My dad said to everyone, be that but no kò lè bá. I'm moving in iṣẹ́ ìjọba ní ṣé òun máa dì ní. Kò lè bá bọ̀ orí ẹ̀ ò ní set. You understand? Àwọn tó ń pọkàn wọn pọ̀ sínú relationship gan ó sì ní problem. Not for you to be having. There's no point. Why should I sacrifice to leave, just let you leave you for you to marry this guy, if I'm still going to be the one that will not make it work for you? I could have, I swear, not just let it happen and be there and insist on the love. I walked away. I was at the wedding. Gave a good warm hug to the husband and wished them well. The guy married, went back to their abroad. For a good number of years that I live in Nigeria, I think I saw her once in a public place. No, one time she invited me to her house, and I kept a distance all through. It's not like I'm not attracted to her. I'm speaking for following she. But we will drain ourselves emotionally. I can promise you from the day I said I will fade away till today, nothing has happened between us. And she didn't like that. And she don't have to like it. She don't have to like it. Guess what? I got married thereafter. Lived for a while in Nigeria. Moved to the US. The second year that I got to America, she joined the husband in the US. She tried everything for us to have a. I made sure that we don't even have a communication line. Because if we do, we're so sexually connected. For I've been avoiding this lady the entire time for no other reason. Just because I want her to just focus on her marriage. Two things. You have made this decision. Stay with this decision. Number two, I'm a little bit cocky in my spirit. I'm nobody's option. You saw me there. Even though I understand that you have met the guy, you've been in a relationship with the guy before you met me. But whatever the case is, you took a decision to be with him. I'm not going to be your calming influence. No. There's no problem, but you can have her and have me. It will drain me emotionally. I like her. If not best way I know, like, my 40 a bad year. Sure you get. Two, I can't stay with somebody's wife. They married. Sure you get. Why am I telling you this story? The marriage, it's just there because it's Christian community. The father is a Christian family, Christian environment. They are fake fine. I don't even think they live together because even when she moved to America, she was living in a different place, and the guy is living in a different place. The last time we spoke, she admitted, she told me, she said she knew that she would have been very, very happy, and me and her would have gone very far. And I said, I know, and that's the honest truth. She traded her happiness to obey the decision of her parents. Guess what? We both ended up unhappy. Evidently. But could she have made a better decision then? I don't think so. Or let me ask you, you think she did the right thing? You think I did the right thing by walking away? You think we both should have fought for the love? Or do you agree that we would have both been having a better life together than she, where she is, and she remained unhappy? Because you see, she was in between love and reality, love and posterity. Now, let me pause here and get a feedback. If you understand the story I just narrated to you, do you think she would have done anything differently to make it better? Or do you think she did the right thing? Do you think I did the right thing? Do you? I know some bad belly there. It is me they will come and judge. Don't come for me, I will come for you. What do you think? The number to call is on your screen. Let's get a talk. Or you want to drop in the comment section? Let's get a talk. Because you are going somewhere. I don't like when I just talk like that. Many times she say with her mouth, I don't love the guy. I don't know. In fact, I remember one time that she fought with the guy. The guy was still in the abroad, in the overseas. And she broke up with the guy. And the friend was like, they used to be very good. It is you. And I'm like, how? But she said those things that the guy was doing that she doesn't like. And guess what? In the marriage, she still have the same problem. Nígbà tó ń fèèyàn bẹ̀yàn ló ṣe rí. Nígbà tó ń fi gbé tó máa fẹ́ ọmọ wa tó. You know it is where she's in a relationship where she's honorably appreciated and valued. You understand what I'm saying? Let me get your opinion. Babasa. Ẹ̀gbọ́n. Mo ti ẹni kí sẹ́ẹ̀dì kìíní yẹn mo ti sẹ́ẹ̀dì sí. Okay. Yay. Ah. Baba mi nìkan ni. Èmi nìkan ni sẹ́ẹ̀ inú ilé mi wà. Okay. Màá fi 500 sí. Màá fi 500, màá sọ fún pé màá 500 sí fún yín. Okay. Èèyàn mi ni sẹ́ẹ̀. Nǹkan àkòdí lọ́wọ́. Èmi ń kàn wípé ayé ọba lè ná bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn gangan tẹ́lẹ̀ ní bọ̀tọ̀ wáyé ibi tó yarí sí nìyẹn, ibi tó yarí sí náà nìyẹn, kò sí ọ̀gá láwẹ̀ ṣe sí. Kò sí wàhálà. Kò sí wàhálà. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n pè é kí n get back sí yín. All right, ẹ ṣé. Yes, sir. I apologize for that. That's a little sharp business call. Yes, I'm waiting for y'all. Where is Newham? He says it's both ways. How? You know that decision to marry was not love, but the marriage is still existing till now. Kini Damendra Atraba charge ni. Damendra ni koko. Dakishan. He said it's in both ways. Yes, most parents put their children in bondage. Well, you think it is bondage. I think they are just seeking, because what they told her is that they are seeking her interest. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Victor.
Yes, turn down the volume of whatever you are watching with, so that I don't hear myself.
What's the talk about?
Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, good. I missed a bit of it. This is new. I'm on the phone anyway, but I missed a bit of it. So don't get confused. It's the same person. I'm just using the other.
Go ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
Very well.
Okay. I missed a greater part of the conversation, but of course I can pick from the little I met actually. I said it's both ways. If you see my comment, I just said it's both ways. Yeah. This is a very common story that you have just narrated, and some will relate, okay? If you went in every situation of marriage, everybody will learn to fertile, okay? Mm-hmm. We always come from somewhere. Those few people, my first boyfriend was who I married and all that. Right. There's always room for comparison after marriage. You see, when you're having it rough, that is when you remember the last guy you left or the person you should have married. Whether your parents forced you or you make yourself in the situation. If you're having it good with this person to marry, it's not you might marry people out without even being in love with them. Topic of the day.
No, that's the topic of the day. I can create the scenario. That's the topic of the day. That's the topic of the day. And so many people are saying it's not possible, they can't do it, and all of that. That's where we are going.
Okay, let me.
Because you see, the person that she married, she's not in love with the guy. She doesn't even know the guy. But the marriage still exists.
Okay. Have we all forgotten in the past year? People do matchmake people, and they have lovely life at the end of the day without even maybe I want to grow up. I want to at date in school, at date in uni, at more. Some people it's just about matchmaking. They don't even see these guys before. Yeah. So if we have to be honest with ourselves, marriage, love over marriage, we won't get married without even being in love initially. Sometimes it's all about attraction, love at first sight. Some people love at first sight because it came with the package. Love at first sight, because see and don't fall in love at first sight with ugly idiot.
The attraction is there.
Package in love at first sight. Attraction must be there. But don't love at first sight. Maybe one of the bọ́ọ̀lẹ̀ o ti kọ́kọ́ rí dúró bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn o ti rí gbogbo pákéjì love go attraction ti ń fa nǹkan yẹn.
O ti rẹ́rù lẹ̀.
Kò sí kan tó ń jẹ́ love at first sight ṣé nǹkan bá ti jọ wèrè látọ̀kún àbí tó ti rí podcast ni ó ti ń tọrọ owó tí ń ṣe kìnnìkan àbó ti rí click. Love at first sight is all about package. Now let me go back to the issue of getting married without being in love. Okay, what about people tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò bára wọn sùn? Títí sọ fi fẹ́ra wọn tó dẹ̀ fi ṣe marriage ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń ṣe up till tomorrow tó pé bóyá ọmọ yẹn wà religious ni o bóyá yẹn kàn like ẹni some of these we still have some innocent girls out there well trained well mannered tó pé ọmọ kò bá anybody sùn ẹni tó fẹ́ náà ṣe máa bá sùn. And you hear me?
Very well.
Okay, so it is very very possible. Sherry, àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé bí mo ṣe ń sa ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí mo sọ pé Victor ògbólógbò ni ògbólógbò tí mo mí ò mí pé bóyá any bad house or anything it's just me ohun tí mo bó ṣe ń lọ ń gbòòrò ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ohun ti wà lórí floor náà nǹkan tó ń tó ògbólógbò ni so ebi bá tí mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ yìí I can relate to some things tí bá pè é lógbólógbò mi kan tí mo dúró yìí ògbólógbò ni gbogbo àtàjọ wà lórí floor.
No,
some are lucky, yeah. I can see you and fall in love with you. Could at the end of the marriage, to my own dear. And let me Victor, let me just keep using your name because you want to very flow at the moment. Victor better marriage. Victor wanted to jolly last joy.
Yes. Who told you? Because of she fought, we both fought for the love then. There's nothing that says that you will possibly not, she will not have a worse experience.
Yeah. I can think you actually love you. Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? Freeze delay.
Very well.
Okay, am I back on the track now?
Yes, you are here. We can hear you.
Okay, so what I was trying to say, makes sense a bit, but what I'm trying to say is, Shireen, go about try more result. Go try more result.
You are very correct.
Right? Kó jẹ́ pé ìwọ gbọ́n ò lè stand there bóyá nǹkan tí wọ́n gbọ́n wò lọ́ọ̀kan ni ọmọ tó sì fáìn ọmọ tó ń dress wá kí ẹ bóyá nígbà tí wọ́n náà wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí bá gbélé ló tó máa realize pé àtọ̀lé gan ni olóòórùn ni kò lè dáná gan kò lè ṣe lè kò lè ṣe yẹn you see all this gbogbo period ẹni tó bá fẹ́yàn ló lè sọ result ẹni tí kò tí ì fẹ́ àbí tẹ̀ ṣe ń kọ́ọ̀tì ẹni tó máa ń kọ́ọ̀tì èèyàn jẹ́ sọ fún ẹ ò tí lè mọ ìwà ẹ̀tọ́ because I will be at my best behaviour when going to see my boyfriend.
That's right. That's right.
Ìgbà tó bá gbé mi sílẹ̀ ló tó máa mọ̀ pé pátákó ẹ̀rọ kan oṣù kan ní bí ọmọ ọmọ kan rò lẹ̀ pamọ́ níjọ́ tí máa fẹ́ wọ̀ máa tún yọ ni. There's so many things that going on with girls, man. Even with men, ẹlòmíì fa igbó, girlfriend yóò ti wọ̀ kó fa sìgá.
Yes.
You be at your best behaviour when you're cutting and you really love to have that person. Ẹfẹ̀ o ti rí ọmọ yẹn bóyá background ẹ̀ ló ń wẹ̀ bóyá skin ẹ̀ ló ń wẹ̀ bóyá sọ̀rọ̀ sí ẹ̀ ló ń wẹ̀ o ṣáà ti rò pé this is it for me, I love this girl. You understand what I'm saying? But that moment, even ọkùnrin gbogbo máa ń drop gbogbo guards wọn just to get nǹkan tó ń fẹ́ yẹn pé ọmọ àní láti ṣe ọmọ yẹn sẹ́ ẹlòmíì máa di born again tó jẹ́ pé Muslim gan ni wò pé iṣẹ́ church yẹn ni alájọ máa lọ ní sẹ́ máa wọ̀rí. I don't see a long one to get to go to fair. So courtship period, yeah, okay, that people, you know, just go lace up and go to theory, and to like, one of us anything to get it, and to not to like, one of us anything to get Victor, it be life. Now, about can you love, can you marry without being in love? Yes. Any identity sorority of the camera, Victor. I told you a bit of myself as well. I was say, why love but I meet daddy. Daddy was the name of the sorrow. I why love but I meet daddy. I can refine boy till married. For the so for I go niya wo ko lomo. I want to go on that today stage. Mommy team bury me.
Be alpha.
But to God be the glory. Yes, good. I want to go to Alori Alpha. Tabati ki mommy good morning. Martin again baso. Mommy tale fe basoro. E se mo ngbohun elegbe. Mommy kò sẹ́ni kò kan legbe ni. Mommy fe gbóhùn somebody. Actually, what 11 years in 20s, Mong Batawa Gomo Kololi. She will make sense.
Right, you are very correct.
When I met my husband, when I met my husband, I was, okay, Parado last, my daughter, she will come out booming, Moshmanso. Most of the take it personal, but I just saw the joke because my father once told me, when I told my father about the person I met, so they said to him, Daddy, me, are you in love with him? That was the question my dad asked me. When they allow for daddy to him, I said, "What close go? Money daddy, more love, money but another I pay me team mosha. Daddy me people oh sorry. Only remember something. When they pay, when they are available, when the desirable is not available. When the desirable is not available, make the available your desirable. Mama àgbà dáàdì mi ló sọ fún mi pé when the desirable nǹkan tó ń wẹ̀ tí ó bá Yorùbá kan tún fi pòwe pé tí a bá rí òde
tá a bá rá dán àápò òde ṣe bọ́.
So life sometimes then nígbà tí mo fẹ́ tí ò fún mi lára tó behave nice tí èmi náà wà happy mi ò rò mọ́ pé bóyá nígbà tí mo kọ́ mi ta love àbí I fall in love things I won't work I click. Mo ní regret pé bọ̀bọ̀ kan dédé yẹ kí n fẹ́ gbà yẹn ó lọ Amẹ́ríkà kò ní ìwé mi náà lè lọ òun náà lè wá but at the end of the day you know ẹni tó jókòó tí yìí ó click you are happy with the person but kálẹ̀ ẹni tó ń gbá mi lójú gbòósì ni màá máa rántí pé ó yẹ kí n dẹ̀ fẹ́ bọ̀bọ̀ akínyẹn màá máa rántí pé Victor dẹ̀ ló yẹ kí n fẹ́ o nǹkan tó máa ń múyàn kó padà sí level tí wọ́n ń sọ yẹn pé ìwọ bóyá ìwọ náà rò bóyá ìgbà ti fẹ́ ó fall out of love ó fẹ́ yan kò love ẹ̀ wọ́n fọ̀ sí ẹni tó bá work ní máa sọ nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí tẹ́ni náà bá behave well sí tó treat ẹ̀ nicely ní máa sọ nǹkan tá à ń sọ yìí.
Correct.
Torí pé kò work fún bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló náà ṣe rántí pé Victor kan wà níbì kan tó bá ní happy life tó bá pè ó máa já ẹ lórí fóònù níbi fuck off má dálé mi rú ló máa sọ fún ẹ. Ó máa sọ pé má dálé mi rú ni.
That's right.
Tẹ́ bá ríra ẹ̀sìn fẹ́ẹ́ lóra yìí yẹn kó wá òkè níbi tó wà ní kò wá òkè level tèmi wà níbi tèmi wà ń sìn yìí o level tí mo wà pẹ̀lú tèmi fẹ́ sìn yìí nílé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ mi lè sọ àárọ̀ ọ̀la o kò gbé ní mother fucking dick dé mo máa fi pé ọmọ fuck off lọ zip up ní kókó iwájú mi but tí máa ní bad marriage tó bá gbé déngbà yẹn ìwọ gan wá jọ fine boy lójú mi ni bí láì ṣe wà nìyẹn ó máa jọ fine boy lójú mi ni now. Do you get me? Yàrá yẹn náà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ bóyá tó ń gan bá fẹ́ wọ náà ló ṣe máa realize pé àìgbà mi bọ̀bọ̀ wèrè yìí máa ń pray 1 hour láàárọ̀ kó tó jáde ní kí ló sọ ọ̀nà ta ló pa Jésù àwọn èèyàn stand wèrè yìí mẹ́. Bóyá àgọ́ ṣe máa ka sáàmù sí kinní ni kí wọ́n gan tó yọ díìkì síta bóyá ṣe wọ́n máa ka sáàmù lé lórí ni. Ọmọ gan àwọn ọ̀gbẹ́ yẹn jọ̀bú lọ́tí níbọ̀ dàbí ọ̀gbẹ́ bọ̀ da Reverend Father ni mo fẹ́ yìí. Òun gbọ́ ìfẹ́ kò gbé sílé kò sí ìmọ̀ bí wọ́n gan ṣe ń lọ náà. Bí láì ṣe wà ní everybody, do you get me? Until tá a bá jọ gbé tá a fẹ́ ra wa for years lọ́kọ àti ìyàwó kan tó lè sọ pé bó ṣe rí rè tá a bá ṣe boyfriend girlfriend yẹn gbàgbé bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ ó lè fẹ́yàn láì love ẹ̀ tó ẹgbẹ́ gbà tó bá wá fẹ́ tán ló máa wà madly in love tí wàá ṣe ìwà ara àwọn characters kan tó sweet tó baddest tó pé wàá wò pé ọmọ mi lè trade bọ̀bọ̀ yìí mẹ́. Do you get me? Until you get to that stage. Some are love at first sight. Àwọn kan tẹ̀ tí marry ara wọn láti school tó yẹ pé àti wọ́n ti ń ṣe boyfriend girlfriend láti school. Ọmọ báyìí nísìnyí wọ́n ti ń nọra wọn ṣe rí.
Wọ́n ti nọ tira wọn bàjẹ́. In fact, most of that will take kò really work.
Yàrá ìyá punch back. You know? It is what it is. Nǹkan tó bá mo ti sọ pé life yìí kò dé kó tó bá ń gbọ́ tí Nàìjíríà bá sọ pé life no balance. Èyí tó bá kọjú sí ẹni kò deal pẹ̀lú life no balance. Àwọn kan cut for 10 years kò work out náà ni. marriage or not separate, not divorce. Ìgbà tó ń court ó dùn. Ìgbà àwọn míì wà àwọn marry wọ́n jọ bímọ mẹ́ta mẹ́rin. Ìgbà tí the word marriage ò tí wọ̀, life wọn dùn, wọ́n enjoy ara wọn. The moment tí the word marriage ti wọ̀, wọ́n ti gbé àwọn registry by wọ́n dé by wọ́n di wèrè ni, wọ́n gbádùn ara wọn mọ́. So nǹkan tó kọjú sẹ́nìkan, ó kọ̀yìn sẹ́lòmíì. Sometimes, yes, you're lucky and to read straight or fall in love with the marry straight. I won't come about 20%, 30%. Wow. But when the desirable was not available, we made the available our desirable. And the desirable
and becomes the available becomes desirable. Yes.
Yes. What they want to do? What do desirable? But I go high. So let me give somebody else saying.
Now let me ask you a quick question. Let me ask you a quick question. You have scattered this table anyway. Now, I have seen another couple that were having trouble in their marriage.
Okay.
And they have to hope for a divorce. They were separated and they divorced.
Okay.
2 years after their divorce, for some reason, come to see the kids, go see the kids, they started getting involved. Two divorce parents, they started getting involved. And they are, by the testimony of the woman, even the man, they are having a perfect relationship. Now, they are now hiding for society and people not to know, but one do that, but one thing for a lot to be 2 years by. And he said the man is respecting. Want to divorce the pay. Be year and a half, don't divorce. Now forget the sexual part of it. But when it comes to their communication, is better. Their relationship, the respect they have for each other becomes better while they are no more. What explanation do we have to that?
Okay, Victor, can I remind you of something? Do you remember our conversation a few days or last week? Do you remember our conversation about my own marriage?
Right.
What did I tell you about leaving my marriage? Do you remember?
You said you were away for 7 years.
Yes, I left my marriage. I told you this was no job. I left it when I felt I wasn't feeling it. Okay. So what the period you feeling? Better communication for some time. Whatever the case was, it became sweeter, and that led us to coming back again after years. Now, then we've been back again for years, and it's been better off. But what see, sometimes I need a little break. Sometimes
that's where I'm going. Those are the places that I want to explain.
Yes. Surely sometimes a man bagbe to bari relate social media. There's a lady me more where you are social media inclined as well. So but recently girl
Araski.
Yes. Example to go to let me tell you, handle well. Let me tell you something. Handle well, good results. But unfortunately, she's the kind of person who feel either can go advice from our good people to live advice, or who can lose it completely. Surely, ọkùnrin bá ti dé level yẹn tó ti find solace, not even solace, tó ti find the more fun being out there, tó ti find fun outside there. Sometimes, surely don't put too much pressure on that person. It's going to break. Jẹ́ kó afẹ́fẹ́ yẹn fẹ́ sí, ó fẹ́ exploit mi, ó fẹ́ jayé àwọn ayé kan tí ò tí jẹ́ kó jẹ́ lómi ajé abalọ. Yes, kò sí standard for life. Mo ti sọ nǹkan tó work fún ó lè má work for me. Èmi fi ti tèmi lẹ̀ years ni mo fi sílẹ̀ òun rè wẹ̀ back kò fẹ́ lómi. Ehun rè àtúnjọ padà ni ó ń mísì ìyàwó ẹ̀ ó ròyìn gbogbo obìnrin tó ti gbé fún ẹ wá fẹ́ lè single ní doctor ni ilé single ní lawyer ni kí mo máa ń bí màní kí ló tó fi fẹ́ wọn, and there's something always missing, and this me. At the end of the day, I come out with this is not. In fact, auto stage go pay why they manage the continuity anymore. I will let one time go. What? Surely, sometimes, but that Victor, surely, everybody. Sometimes that little break come and help. They need little break me or the long break. To God be the glory. break here, yield good results. Break don't get me wrong. But sometimes that little break, sorry, if you set something free, if you love something, set it free. If you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it is yours. If it doesn't, it never was. You love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it is yours. If it doesn't, it never was. It never was. It never yours. Sex in you, it never was. It never yours. It was never yours. So sometimes, sorry for talking light, no, sorry, ti bàjẹ́ okó ẹ̀ kékeré o kò lè ṣe o máa lo Viagra ní kó tó bá mi sùn bó ló ṣe wà yẹn wò jẹ́ sòótọ́ fún ẹ bó ṣe wà yẹn kò lè ṣe nítorí wọ́n ti jà ní o. Kò ń tọ́jú mi kò ń tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ. 4 minutes lọ́kọ̀ òun ṣe bó wà mẹ́gbàá sí tó díkẹ́ fi gbé ta tó ní 4 seconds lọ́kọ̀ òun nígbà tó fẹ́ ọkọ̀ ẹ̀tọ́ sí bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pariwo kiri títí tó fẹ́ lárí mọ́ fẹ́ǹsì. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni nígbà tí èèyàn last nígbà tí òye kọ́ tutù wọ́n ti parọ́ mọ́ra wọn torí pé ó fẹ́ justify ara rẹ̀ lójú àwọn èèyàn pé òun lòún dáa ó ti parọ́ mọ́ bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ó ti ní tẹ́bárì nǹkan tí Victor ń ṣe gbogbo ọmọ street wa ló ti bá sùn àbúrò mi gan alára Ọlọ́run ló yọ mí ìbá bá sùn ó ti parí ṣiríṣi not to justify herself as stupidity the same thing pẹ̀lú Victor náà ti sọ pé tẹ́bá mọ̀ nǹkan tí Demilade ṣe wò ó tó bá mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe mo ka mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ó ti bára wọn jẹ́ just to justify to the social media or to their unknown audience. The faceless audience, wọ́n fẹ́ impress everybody. So, ìgbà tó máa wá padà, àwa dìtì jù because ìwọ́n tó ti sọ fún mi pọ́kọ́ ẹ̀ 4 minutes noodles ni. 4 minutes yẹn ló wá padà lọ ń fọ́ ní kọ́nà. Màá wá kọ́kọ́ bú sẹ́yìn kan náà pé nǹkan tó fi hide ẹ̀ nìyẹn kò sí reason nǹkan tó fi hide ẹ̀ kò jù yẹn lọ. When I left my own partner, mi ò fẹ́ kẹ́ anybody mọ̀ àti church o àtàrà alẹ́ òpin ò fẹ́ kọ́ mọ̀ mi ò fẹ́ rojọ́ mi ò gbé wedding picture. Your wedding ring lọ́wọ́ èmi mò ń bára mi fà underneath so ìgbà tó padà gan náà kò sẹ́ni tí mo fẹ́ sọ fún kó máa padà kò sí mọ̀gbà tó gan náà mi ò rújọ́ fún yín náà ìfà ó bá àdìtẹ́ tó bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó bá bá mi Nàìjíríà màá ló wà Nàìjíríà tó bá bá mi l'Amẹ́ríkà màá ní Nàìjíríà ó wà ní London tó bá bá mi London màá ló lọ Amẹ́ríkà bó ṣe mí ní rújọ́ fún ẹ̀ mi ìrẹ́dì láti rújọ́. So nígbà tá a padà kò sí pé mò ń hide kò sí pé mi ò fẹ́ kẹ́ anybody mọ̀ kò sí pé wọ́n fẹ́ máa judge mi bó tó bá ti pariwo síta tó ti gbé sórí social media àbí tó ti gbé sára church yẹn lọ́wọ́ tó ti fọjẹ here and there you have to hide from them when you should be enjoying each other back. There's nothing bad in having a break. Some break over healthy even for the children's sake sometimes some break over healthy. Tó bá ti ń di pé ẹ̀ ń jà some little break were healthy. If it comes back, it is yours. If it doesn't, it never was. I rest my case for now, Victor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
The kind of caller we used to have on this show. People will now say it is me that is that it is me that is. I want to be lower than the show. Agbero, Bontari. Alas, the last one is breaking every table. There's no more table on this show. They would fall on the shark table like that. But you see, I'm happy that she has gone ahead and do justice to so many things that I wanted to point out to you guys today. See, hear me very well. The subject of marriage, as much as love is essential, to those who have not been in it, in your own interest. In your own interest. Now, you see, the problem is that we always think that, oh, I fell in love. Okay, we all fall in love. Fall in love with somebody, it's okay, enjoy the love. But before you take a decision to marry, ask yourself some questions. I asked a question last week. Can you be in love with somebody that is not in your best interest? Okay, let's go. Is it possible to love somebody? Women will answer this one very well. Is it possible for you to be in love with a guy that is not in love with you? Is it possible? I bet. Hell yeah. Women knows that you can definitely be in love with a guy that is not relatively in love with you. Or somebody will say, the love is not equal. There is no measure of love. There is no big love and small love. There is no such thing. Sure, you understand? There is no such thing as big love and small love. Love is love. There's no measurement to it. It's not 2 derica of love here and there. 20 bag of love here. Yeah. So it is possible for you to be in love with somebody that is not in love with you. So the same way, it is possible to be in love with somebody that is not in your best interest. Because if he's not in love with you as much as you are in love with him, then it's not in your best interest. Are you with me? Then it's not in your best interest. So definitely, love should not be a prerogative to take a decision of marriage. Love should not be a yardstick for marriage. Because love can lead you astray. Love can be wrong. In fact, you can love what is not good for you. Don't you know? There are so many of you who is spending money at the gym to work out, but you love Pepsi. So you are losing the weight, you are getting it back. You are working out, you are doing the but you love ice cream. So you are losing the weight and you are getting it back. You now say it's not showing your body. Showing it. You can love what is not good for you. You can love what you know that is not good for you. Any smoker that you know on earth knows that smoking is bad. It's a waste of time for you to be preaching to a smoker that smoking is not good for your body. Smoking is not good. They know. Medical doctor, smoke cigarette. Who else should know better than a doctor? Who else? There are so many doctors that smokes. The whole of September, I was in Nevada working with physicians. Teaching them through the health information system software. And this dude will not even stay an hour straight. He will have all the questions. All of them have to wait. By the time I'm showing the rest of them how to go through it, I don't care what you are saying. He will step out and take a smoke break and come back and ask you the same damn question. And he's a doctor. In one shift, that dude smoke at least 5-6 cigarettes. Did he not know that smoking is not good for him? He does know. But he loves it. Love can be wrong. And the only reason why love can be wrong, like the caller said, there's nobody that is attracted to what he doesn't know. There was a time my mother was teaching me about, I saw my mother on this show not too long. So he will be making me, just to say it ahead, Mommy, they were actually while show you. Eshma was disappointed very soon. Just in case you don't know. I'm not expecting you here. So if I say rubbish, don't send message to my WhatsApp later and say, can stop. Well, it's show. It's show. It's Facebook. It's not me. It's these people. I want new. I'm on Precious. I want Ruben Precious. I want Bamidele. I want Nick. They are telling me it's what they want to hear. That's the case. I'm not quoting scripture. I'm not supposed to be here in the first place. So, Kasoka Lao. Hello, Magba, Baba Kasali, what God cannot do does not exist. If you get wow, you get one view. Yeah. Like, why would my mother be on this show? Why? And then I will finish showing and you will send me message on WhatsApp. What's that? Now, so literally, falling in love is where we get the first mistake. Oh, I love you guy. And it's normal for you to start anticipating a future with the person. It's very normal to start anticipating a future. But I recall I rightly said, they say, oh, okay, yeah, I remember my mother because of, I talked about that because of what I remember. My mother used to say something to me long years back. When you do something and you say, so when she be telling us that we should not have sex, so I mean, as a good Christian, most people listen as I grow and don't no sex before marriage as a good Christian. So she used to admonish us about, hey, when you join sleep with a girl, you are mixing your destiny with somebody, another girl's destiny, kìíní kan, and ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní Ọlọ́run ò fẹ́, Bíbélì wípé. So one time, I now see one pastor that impregnated fire in our church. So I took the gist to her and I said, Pastor, so, what am I do? Which one be our if I do pastor ever dey fall into temptation? Kill why? So I was trying to establish to her in an argument that God should knows that we will be tempted. But ṣe Ọlọ́run stupid ni tó dá obìnrin tó wá dá oyún ẹ̀ sí iwájú báyìí. Ó dá ìdí ẹ̀, ó ṣe kó kọ́ọ̀vì, ó dá sẹ́yìn. So tó bá kọwájú sí ẹ̀, attraction wà ńbẹ̀. Tó bá kẹ̀yìn sí ẹ̀, attraction wà ńbẹ̀. Kí ló wà nínú mind Ọlọ́run báyìí? So wọ́n expect kí n tìjú àbí? Àbọ̀ expect kí n gbó báyìí kó má ní mínísì mi? No na, ó wrong na. God plants the fruit in the garden of Eden. God put Adam there, put Eve there. Adam, Eve. God knows that Eve will mess up because the Bible says from the foundation of the earth, God knows everything. So definitely God knows that Eve will eat Adam. God knows that Satan will tempt Eve and succeed, and Eve will eat the fruit and give Adam. And it's God who say he want to give Adam. Adam did not ask for Eve. It was God's plan. How did you give somebody something and punish him for using it? Eve gave Adam fruit, God was angry, and God kicked them out of the garden. Ọlọ́run tó dá ọmọ ló dá ló fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó tún fi kókó sórí ẹ̀. So tó bá wò pé òkè òní wájú obìnrin wà kọjá ẹni tó bá kọjá wà lájú ẹ̀. Tó bá tún kẹ̀yìn sí ẹ náà, á tún every time tó máa yí. So I say, how did God expect us not to be tempted or to be lustful? I'm going somewhere. I said, but come to think of it, when God was creating the genitals, he created the vagina and put a hole inside. Created the dick and make it to fit exactly. It's like sockets. How can God give you something and punish you for using it? So all my argument is to establish to my mother that temptation is normal. If God give you this stick and put a hole somewhere, is it not round peg in a round hole? So that place will be empty. It's for, I'm just saying. So I was saying all this nonsense to my mother. Of course, I'm already grown. So I said, There is nobody above temptation. There's no such thing. In your con holy, falling. So this is where I pass my boundary. In my justification, I said, I can't say this loud. And I said, so Shebi, because for us, I was born in Redeem, the holiest person that we know. I like the symbol of holiness that we know. So Adeboye, and I said, so Adeboye, I know, I trust him. He's not involved in any immorality. I said, but she that Adeboye, don't being too fine. Don't need it, don't guy. She my mother just went with back. She was furious. So I wow, she went. Somebody draw there. Those shit. She I just want to be there. And I said, that's blasphemy. I'm like, why? It's not good now. So she said something. She said, you want to use temptation as a reason for immorality. He said, no. He said, you are saying, oh, the only reason why you slept with the girl is because you are attracted to her. He said, but I want you to know that you can never be attracted to what you don't like. So it's not the availability of that thing around you that make you did it. It's the consciousness that you already have even before the availability presents itself. And that was exactly what that scholar said. She said, there's no such thing as love at first sight, because there's nobody that loves a riffraff at first sight. It was because when you have the first sight, when you have the first sight, you saw something that looked like what is already in your head, in your fantasy, And everybody, that is why it's not everybody that will love the same guy at first sight. Of course, there are some guys that is every woman's dream, but in fact, there's no such thing. It's not every woman that will say like, I have met women that will say, I can't date a fine guy. Nah, I change the book one. Why? I've met women that say, Victor, you are such a kind person. You are such a good person. Much compliments. Oh, I like your spirit. Oh, you are so outspoken. You are this and this thing. But I can't marry a man like you. And he goes, I know, me on the face say along. That don't mean for hypertension that hear me. I mean, me on the fine boy. That will from that attack. And this girl was like, I'm serious. I don't date cute guys. I like regular guys. And I'm like, well, kiss my ass. That's a compliment. Guess what? I don't like girls like you. It's not every woman that is even attracted to the fanciness. There are so many women who don't like men with parts. Somebody tell me, oh, Victor, fine boy, go and be working out. I'm working out. But I'm like this. I have certain limitations with my bones that I cannot do too much workout, gym. My hand will dislocate. So I can't do too much. So this girl said, every time she see my picture, she goes, everybody will say, oh, nice, cool, you look good. This particular girl, she will just go, look at your tummy. Look at your tummy. Oh, big belly. One bad belly comment every time. So one day, money, I better not did that alone. So I said, well, first of all, I don't know where you see the belly. I am 6'3". I have friends who are half my height, and their stomach is thrice my own. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And girls are still chasing them. I said, you see, the way my body type is, my stomach is very proportional to my body. I say, Shuvegbo, me would like his six-pack. Because in my own orientation, I say, me, there is no girl that chooses six-pack over 6 cars. No girl choose 6-pack over 6 figures. Ukoshi that zone. When I'm not trying to, I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to be what I'm not. I work out to live healthy. That's all. I'm not trying to look some kind of way. I'm like, I like the way I look. And guess what? You are a minority to hundreds of thousands of women that will die to, have a a man such as me. So, Mo, if you think your opinion counts, if you think you're trying to spite me by look at you. That's another kind of thing. I have another friend, he's very skinny. You know, would I be I want to call it Somalia during apartheid? He's skinny, he's tall too, he's tall, but he's extremely skinny guy. Every time you see my picture, he will say, Ominikun, guy, go and work on your stomach. Egba, stomach, where is his stomach? This one is what somebody wants to call stomach. I be waiting like I don't even have stomach like that. Sure you get. But it was like, go and slim down. Orobo. Or no, you will say Orobo. Victor Orobo. I get it. I'm not this big before. But you see, Bagboshi, I'm not this old before. I'm getting older. My body type will change. It's natural. Forget age. When you not see me that I was very slim, I'm not slim because that's my nature. There's nobody slim in my entire family. Where did you see slim person? No, I don't know any slim person in my family. I was slim because I was freaking poor when I soccer. And by the grace of God, I'm not poor anymore. How can I be slim? You understand? I'm not trying to be what I'm not. No. So, it's not as if there's a way you have to be as a man that attracts every woman. No. Every woman has their specification. So in that way, it is in your subconscious that those things has been residual, resonating before you even meet the person. So there's no such thing as love at first sight. You only fell in love with what your expectation is, not the person. Are you feeling me? You fell in love with your fantasy that you found somewhere. You fell in love with your found fantasy. Those who like black guys, those who like caramel guys, those who like fair guys, when you see a fair, clean one, which person go fell in love with Oba Solomon at first sight? God forgive me. I don't like to indict people like that. But that nigga is ugly. There's no mixing of words. If Shegun Arinze was not famous and successful, yeah, he's tall, so he's cute. There are women who will love him at first sight, possibly. But again, what out any problem? It's not about ugly or fine. That like I told you, that women would like ugly guys because they feel safe with them. Sure you get. That women would like ugly guys because they feel safe with them. So when they say ugly guy, but if you say a riffraff, you know there's a difference between ugly and dirty. There are people who are not ugly. They should have been fine. But they are reckless. They are careless. They look horrible. They talk ridiculous. They have no poise, no manner, no decency, no decorum, no sense of social value, nothing. Empty in and out. There are people like that who just they're not socially compliant. They don't have that poise. There are people who they're the only person who don't know that they have body odor. And you're going to pastor to pray for you. Pastor, go back there for you. Don't say meaning. You are going to pastor to pray for you for God to give you husband. Pastor is asking you need to let us pray. No, God, Jesus. Gbogbo ìtọ́kù tó gbàgbà ó ń ṣe èmi gbàdúrà fún ẹni because ó ní body odor ó dàbí ìgbà tó ń ṣe lábíà ẹni. You are the only person who don't know. You are the only person. So some people are not ugly. They are just careless, just reckless. Just reckless naturally. So when you talk about love at first sight, ain't no such thing. Because think of don't jebe. You very love what you have created in your head. But at that, when you not love somebody or you love somebody, love not feeling. It has nothing to do. It's not a determinant to an happy marriage. People say, so they love each other before and then the love goes sour. Love don't go sour. If you understand the nature of love, love can have its ups and downs. You don't feel love every day. you don't feel loved. Now, is it better to marry somebody that you love or somebody that you are sure that you're going to enjoy love from? It is better. You might see, fuck what you feel about somebody. If you feel secure, I told you last week, it is security that matters. Security. Common grounds. This is the mistake that so many of us have made. And I'm begging you, to those who are not in it, don't make it. And I'm going to spell some things out to you right now. See, that Olori, Igbo not being calling, but Igbo man for one correct inspiration by me. See, love is not enough, baby. Come to me, me again, mommy. I want you potential calling. See, come on, more tune. Love is not enough. Don't marry anybody. Why did you want to marry him? Because I love him. Let me say this. This is how you know that love is integral to the subject of marriage. That love itself. I've talked to so many people and I said, oh, you are dating that guy. Oh, why? I love him. Why do you love him? I said, I just love him. You know that's a scam, right? There's nobody that loves somebody for no reason. If you can't spot it, this is where we are going. Affection and attraction. If you can't spot why you are in love with that person, it is not love. It's attraction and infatuation. It's not affection. I need somebody to disagree with me. I just love you for no reason. I just love him. I don't know why. Oga, take break. Until you can define why, don't move further. It is possible to have that feeling. But please, know why before you go from being dating to having a relationship or courtship. It's abnormal for you. Emma, I can't want lyrics only man, Jack, man, stupid. Oh, we just love each other. First of all, and I feel like man, don't even need you, so affection can be scripted. You can act it. Do you understand? You can act affection. So literally, you can only determine how you feel, not how somebody else's feel. What you can only see, what the person does based on that feeling that you assume you have for you. Ọkùnrin lè tọ́jú ẹ, kó náwó fún ẹ, kó take care àwọn àbúrò ẹ, kó respect àwọn family ẹ, and not necessarily in love with you. I'm not going to marry anybody right now because I love her. I will take a decision to love her. This is what I'm saying, bottom line. You should be intentional about love. Because it's a feeling. And if you are not in charge of your feeling, you will miss it. Don't let your feeling lead you to a decision. Take a decision to direct your feeling. Love is good. Don't marry anybody that you don't love. Don't get it wrong. But have more. Be intentional about what your emotions suggest to you. Because your emotions can suggest the wrong thing. Same way somebody's emotion can say smoke cigar, and he knows cigar is not good. He's a medical doctor. So you can love the wrong thing. So by loving your car and you are attracted to the person, if that's what you want, but don't take the decision to marry. Reality check is expedient to the subject of marriage. And what are the things that makes a good marriage? Number one, if it is your decision, then you are committed to defend and uphold your decision. Make sure it's coming from you and nobody else. And make sure it's coming from you based on your own assertion, based on your own decision. No, mom see me like it. I've had so many women say stuff like that. Mom, daddy me like it, and that's why you went ahead and married him. You saw the red flags, you ignored it, you saw all of those things, you felt like walking away, but you know that your mother will say something, your father will say something. They know us together in church, we are together in the choir. Pastor will say they will not understand me, and you went ahead and married. Devoid your mind of any external influence. What will my parents say? What will pastor say? What will clinic? What will do? That's how you get into an unhappy relationship in the first place. Number 2 reason, establish a common ground. And please establish as much as possible. Establish a common ground. And establish that those things are not realistic. Are you listening to me? What do we mean by common ground? As much of things that you can share in common, the better for you. The value, see, relationship is like driving, marriage is like driving a boat. You know when you are driving a car, there is road, and on the road there are traffic signs beside the road. There is road every side. There is white mark that differentiate the lane coming and the lane going, and each lane. But when you are driving a canoe on top of a water, there is no road sign. There is no traffic line. There is nothing. If you don't know where you are going, you will just be paddling to anywhere. There is no GPS map that is redirecting you. So you have to know the path line. You see in marriage, it's like driving a canoe on top of the water. Number 1, you will possibly head to wrong directions. Number 2, the wave of the water will sweep you like this. In your own head, you want things to be going straight. But because you are on the water, you will have to follow the direction of water. Life itself, house rent, mortgage, school fees. I want 3 children. No, I want 5. I want you want 5 children before, but you have had 2 children by surgery, and for your own head's sake, you don't want more than 3. Oga, still lagidi, you want 5. You will argue over that. So because of that, the fear of getting pregnant, you are now running away from sex. Oga is now raping you, literally. Before you know now, you now got pregnant for the 4th one. You are considering abortion. Oga call your family. But to buy your union. Extended family. My daddy said that we should come home for Christmas. No, you are staying. I'm the man of this. I have my own family. Those things, it will sweep you like this. If you have one child that is becoming cantankerous, the father wants him to do this, your mother says, no, now you have to just be talking to him. You can't be beating him every time. Father say, you want to power again? Those things will be waving you like this. You're on top of the water. It will do. In your head, you think it should be going straight and smooth. But you see, you're on top of it. It will sweep you like this. And then the wind will blow. And then once in a while, you might see a whale jump out of the water and frighten you. Some of the time, you will say, oh God, let's do it like this. You will say, no, this is how I want to do it. This is how we should do it. You will invest your joint money into one business, and the business will collapse, and you will now be angry. One time, you will not like the church you are attending. You will want to go to another place. Your husband say, no, this is where we are going to be. In marriage, there will be so much to disagree about, so much unexpected, so much unplanned, unpremeditated issues. Sometimes, excuse me, madam, that want to marry for love, you will wake up sometimes and you don't feel like love. Sometimes you will just wake up and see that same man that you're in love with. You have not lost the love, but at the moment, you just don't want to be bothered. Sometimes you just wish that you can travel for like a week and stay away from your husband. He did not offend you. You just need to air out. What keeps you is when the boat swindle you to the left and swindle him to the right. And when kids becomes the reason for you to argue, or your parents, or religion, or bill, or sex, what keeps you back to each other is the common grounds that you have. We will not feel like it. We will have the problem. But there are certain things that must keep you together. And those are the common grounds that you share. As many common grounds as you can establish in that person is the reason why you should marry him, not love. Number one, those things, modernization is making you do like an avoid. Everybody is doing rubbish now. Civilization, urbanization, social media. Everything, it don't matter. But me, I'm very liberal when it comes to religion. I'm a Christian with no apology. But I have so many Muslim friends. In fact, I know Quran to a very large extent. And I'm very open to Muslim. We share, we dialogue. Tó bá jẹ́ pé Ifá ló ń ṣe, mi ò ní bá ẹ ṣe ni, but mi ò ní ní problem pẹ̀lú ẹ kó ṣe. I'm very liberal when it comes to religion. As long as you're not making me believe you, I'm grown. I already believe what I believe. Don't worry, do you, I do me. I'm very liberal. But hear me, when it comes to the subject of marriage, in your own interest, marry somebody that you share the same faith. This is where we are going to miss it. So you would think, oh, Victor said, if you are a Christian, marry a Christian. If you are a Muslim, marry a Muslim. That's not what I said. Because there are so many Christians. Oh, there are so many Christians. There are so many Christians. Don't ever fool yourself to say religion doesn't matter. It's not because Jesus will do anything in your marriage. It is because at least you know that if you fight Saturday night, you can wake up to pray together on Sunday morning and go to worship and pray. Naturally, something will blaze off the pain and the anger in you because of the common ground. It's not because anything spiritual. You like sports, she likes sports. Maria. No matter the level of arguments, we can go on Saturday to play tennis together or to watch soccer together. But you like Telemundo, she likes Channels News. Hey, those little details. There's a story of couple that we hear that they beat each other to stupor and the marriage all ended up in jeopardy because the wife believed that, very poised woman, you are supposed to press toothpaste from the bottom. The husband is a reckless one that feel like I can press it anywhere. Somebody like me, you go tell me, say, it's a the bottom of the toothpaste. You look on the toothpaste, anywhere. Shame more. But when we judge the toothbrush, I said, no, why would you do that? You should press it from the bottom. Those little details. What are your interests? Auntie, you want to be a business person. You don't have to marry a business person. You can marry a professional, but that is business inclined. I'm not saying you should be the same thing, but I'm saying share the same value. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't have to do it. Sometimes you need somebody that will compliment you. Somebody like me, only me with the business. The best woman that I will marry is a professional who is business inclined. Do you understand? Because I can't marry a full business person. I don't like it. I want a woman that is busy. You understand? But a professional that is now creative in business. So then back to business, man, Victor Tony. Man, give away. Man, Victor, do you understand? Look for somebody that is inclined or that is exposed to your world. It doesn't have to be you. This is not love. Because you can love the wrong person. Love is not a reason to marry. That's what I'm saying. Love is good, and I'm not watering down the potentials and the values and the beauty that love can have to your life. But that's not all. That's not all. That's not all. What are your common grounds? Please don't believe that when you finish praying, you say amen 3 times before God will answer you. Amen, amen. I dated a girl before that is an MFM member. I love MFM. I've been to MFM many times. Yeah. But trust me, I can't marry anybody from MFM. Couldn't work. First of all, I don't believe in yelling before God answer you. Oh Lord, my Father! Couldn't work for me. I know in MFM, if you don't pray the way they pray, they look at you as if you are possessed. How many of you have experienced that with MFM before? So could they fly? Could they fly? I was talking to a lady and she said, like I told her, I'm very liberal. You know, so many people think I'm a celestial member. Like, for real. Even in Maryland, they have been to so many places, and a woman was asking for a request. She needed something from me, and she was begging me, and she was like, "Mo for long would you do more begging?" And you know me on the time, I was like, "Kilo came by the Lord, you know, she for a bami so one on one, I wouldn't tell my for long, me mole." And she was like, who made me more tajom? People really think I'm a celestial member, and hear this. I've never been to Celestial in my life. I've been to Celestial. I've entered Celestial one time since I was born. And I went for one harvest, I think last year. Yeah. But that is how much I have related with Celestial members and the Celestial families. People really even think that I'm a member. Because I'm very liberal in the mind. So let's imagine for a minute that I marry a girl from, let's say I marry somebody from Genesis, because people think I'm a Genesis member. Let's say I marry somebody from Genesis. You know, she will be a joker if she think either she can make me a member by that, or she can continue to attend. I love Pastor Prophet Ogundipe. I love him with passion. But even if I marry the best, the most popular person in that church today, Konilomo, she will have to go to my church. And that's no offense. Hallelujah. But you see, I'm too old to start learning. Somebody call 100 in Sele, but I'm 5. She understand? But I'm 5, barely. I want what they man ní verse. I want to say they man ní verse 1, verse 2. But much ráyè kí n ṣe máa kọ́ ẹ̀ nísìn. At this age, kò ní prem. A lè lọ ṣèkórè kàwálé. So I was talking to the guy one time, and she was like, and let me warn ladies with this. Don't be apologetic about who you are. This has happened to me about 2-3 times now. Me talking to a lady, I'm getting to know her, and she said, can you come? Sure, you know I'm celestial. And I'm like, so what? How does it define who you are? Sure, you know I'm celestial. And I'm like, why are you sounding it as if it's a disadvantage? No, you are celestial, you are celestial. It doesn't, you are who you are. And maybe I need to say this openly. Celestial ladies should stop doing that. Being a celestial person should be another advantage. You should tell the guy that, oh, you are fortunate that I'm a celestial member. You understand? Stop making it look as if it's a problem. And she said, no, you know, so many people who are not celestials, they always say they cannot marry celege, but they can knock celege. Abi. And then you're proud of who you are and believe for yourself, man. They can go and shadow say, I'm fine, get one. Only do almost celeb or only fair. No, you are the one that is creating that representation for yourself. It's rubbish. But what am I saying? Common ground. Being on Bimbo Selenis. Open my so mean. Because my command wouldn't. I no go flow. I don't have that background. No, see, whatever impression that people have about who you are, about your affiliation or your religion, is not valid until you validate it. If you respond like that, that is when it's a valid claim. If somebody say, so Selenia, yeah. Oh, well, walk away. That's an advantage on your side that I am. Do you understand? You should tell anybody that you are fortunate to meet a celeb girl. Than you. The person did not even me, because she wouldn't know me. Because religion doesn't define the quality and the intent of character for me. Say, I hope you know I'm celestial. So what? How does that reduce who you are? You are the one that put a price tag on yourself. If you market yourself wrongly, then that's your fault. So find a common ground. Always look for that thing. Somebody who is exposed. People say I talk about my previous marriage too much, but I don't disrespect her. But let me tell you this. One of the reasons why I think it didn't work is because we are just two parallel lines. When it comes to our social activeness and our social values, we are just two parallel lines. It doesn't mean she's bad or I'm bad. We're just not aligned. We're not. Things that I love to do, she don't do it. Almost anything that I like to do, she doesn't do. And not only that, she doesn't do. See, your husband don't have to do the same with you. But when, sister, tó bá ń wà pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ nísìn tó ń yọ tó ń ṣàgbó díẹ̀díẹ̀ o kì í rà ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá dàgbà láwọn ọ̀rẹ́ kan fa grab me fa mu gbó relationship in my work gbàgbé bó fẹ́ pásítọ̀ tí ẹ máa ta. Don't deceive yourself. Ìwọ tó mọ̀ pé ó máa ń gbàdúrà láàrin òru fún 3 hours fẹ́ brother John because tó bá wà nílé tèmi tó ń gbàdúrà 3 hours máa ṣépè fún ẹ. As much as I'm a Christian, as much as I love God, I want to sleep overnight. You understand? To have father and him like, lè máa gbàdúrà sọ́run kó máa nára yìí lára. A máa ní problem. Do you understand? Tó bá ń ṣá ẹni sí, má fi èèyàn tí ò kì í mọ̀ tí ó wrong, ó stupid ni. So that ẹ bá jà, ẹ máa fi jájá ní resolve. Do you understand? It's as simple as that. So don't deceive yourself. I want a God-fearing man. How? Are you mad? Marry a madman like you. And that's the honest truth. What do you call brother to me or mercy? No share. When you don't do 7 in 1 quart, don't move, don't 7 in 1 do energy drink. So you get so kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè jà àwọn tó bá ń parí làjà gan ló máa forí ko last tẹ́ bá fọ́ra yín lórí fọ́ra yín gò tẹ́ máa dóra yín pa lálẹ́ ìjà máa sọ and there's a way sex settle dispute tó máa láì gbé ṣínà Peter sọ pé hi everything máa go quiet ni there's a way you will just resolve once you have that. Few people will say I'm saying rubbish abi. Get a common ground. You are the life that save every penny. Because owó tó kéré jù láti fún ẹ láti save. Ó wá lọ fẹ́ bíjé bùdánù bí tèmi báyìí. A máa ní problem. Ọlọ́run ló ń build division of me. Mo kàn láàgì náà, mo bàjẹ́. You know what I do when I have money? I pay my bill first. Because I don't ask those that don't, but I don't even know how much I have in my account. I don't check account balance. You know what I mean? Now I will swipe card. Open account decline. I'm like, so what the turn card in? That's when I will check. And it's not like I have all the money. And it's not like I do that now. When I was very poor, I am still like that. Let me tell you another story. My mother that will be forming born again. I hope she's not on this show again. I just noticed that I was already grown. My mother will assign all the possible job for me. Then my siblings are already in school. I was the only one living with my mother. And I was my mother for a very long time because I'm the last born, But for some reason, every time my mother want to do her laundry, she would just willingly volunteer and pick my clothes and wash. I was already an adult. So intentionally, I would be putting my clothes where she can find it. She won't ask me, bring your clothes. When she wants to do her laundry, she will call a bumio. I would put my trouser on the door. She would take my trouser and she would wash it. For a very long time, I did not know. Until one day, my sister did the same. And she was like, my sister now went to my trousers and took it outside her. So my mother was laughing. When I came back, I was not looking for my money. Everybody was looking at me. And me, I get a little bit agitated when I'm looking for something. I don't know if anybody does that too. If something is missing, if I'm looking for something in the house, stay away from me. It's my lowest moments. I can flip anytime. Me like my one come. It gets me into agitation. Exactly. If you cannot help me to look for it, just shut up your mouth. When you see something like Boya o Muwadeni, I will go off. Because I'm this kind of person that I'm very calculated. I know the last time that I used it, I know where I put it. So I'm any problem. Looking for something gets me worked out. So I was looking for I wasn't sure which pants, but I remember the last time I used those things. That's why I get used to using wallets. You will see me with wallet anytime. I'm addicted to using it. I know there are some men who don't use wallet. I can't do without it. Because my mother saw that I was getting worked out and she called me and said, shh. Auntie Elumo. My sister, I went to her. She denied it. And my mother was laughing and said, yo, when you were back. What happened was that I have left the money in my pants pocket for weeks. She found it. She was thinking that I would look for it. I did not look for it. She kept it. And then I found another one again. And they took it again. And they were not wondering how. Then I was a secondary school teacher, making maybe 12,000 naira a month. And I can forget like 500 naira, 1,000 in my pocket, and I will not remember it's there. So it's not because I have money now. I am just like that. That's how much I am. Like, I don't have that for money. And God always got me. I'm not owing anybody. So if you are somebody that we have 10 naira and save 2 naira, that somebody might come. I have given somebody my house rent before. You don't understand. In America, that you cannot do without paying. I'm supposed to pay rent the next day. Somebody coming from Nigeria and give me all the poem. And I was filled with compassion. And I gave the money out. Split the money out. I said, I will look for the remaining. I do stupid stuff like that. Do you understand? So get somebody who is just inclined. Now, that doesn't mean that somebody like me, the right woman for me, will be somebody who spend like me. No, that's a disaster. I need somebody who will know how to gather money and save. But that we understand my own nature of giving. I don't give because I'm a nice person. I give because I can't say no. It's weakness. Do you understand? I don't give because I'm that nice. Like sometimes I can give people money and I will swear for them. But most times it's because I can't say no to people. Especially when people have need that I have been in before. I can't refuse it. If I see people who is actually hungry and I can establish that they are going through turbulence time and is hungry, I can't refuse it. So somebody that has that passion for humanity, somebody that have not been through situation before. I can't marry somebody who is posh, but who have never been hungry in his life. No, she won't understand why I do some things. Because I can take the last money I have in my account and use it to sort somebody out. And me and you will figure each other. But you see, I have never been in lack. Don't, if you know, see, let me finish with this. Let me give you so that you will understand what I'm saying. So I'm not saying marry your match. I'm saying get somebody who understands and can accommodate your weaknesses. Stop looking for all those God-fearing, has a good job. I say, first of all, tabulate your own weakness, your deficiency. Don't look for what is good in it. Look for what is missing in you. And look for somebody who not is necessarily opposite, because it's wrong for you to find fulfillment in him and him not finding fulfillment in you. You know that's possible too. You can find a perfect man. The man is perfect for you. But are you perfect for him? How well have you worked on yourself? Just like all these girls. You are every day twerking on Instagram, twerking on video, dancing with your nipple, doing balabala. But you are looking for a man that is God-fearing, that has a good job, that comes from a good family, that God will not be unfair to give a God-fearing man to Olushuk. Why? How well have you strategically positioned yourself to attract the kind of man that you desire? How well have you worked on yourself, work on your values, work on your morals, work on your career? I laugh. So many women, you are there. I met a woman, I say, I'm looking for a husband. And we started talking, and sometimes on the back, and some of you don't know, I do little hookups. If I see two people that I think they are matched, I introduce them to each other. I just don't put it out there, So I was listening I want to know her demographics, right? And I said, what do you do for a living? And she said that she has no job. Okay, what's your qualification? Okay, let's start. I said, let's start from there. Let's look for how we are going to get you a job. What's your qualification? She says school cert. You are a school cert holder in your 30s. And you are looking for a well-educated man to marry. You are mad. You are very mad. And you are unfair. And in fact, God will punish you. You are a school cert holder in your 30s. You are looking for a well-educated man to marry. How? You see, when you find such a man, it will be perfect for you. But you are going to be a mystery in his life. Are you perfect for him? Hell no. 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 That's being unrealistic with yourself. So most times, not only that you are looking for all of those qualities of a man, imbibe those qualities in yourself. You can't be all perfect. Be realistic and be truthful enough to list out your weaknesses. Ekiti guys, Ondo town, Ekiti. You know how you are with Agidi. You know that they can't make two sentences without you jumping in. You don't know when you even do it, but you know. You work for a man, so I'm going to Agidi. O tún fi ń proud, o ń ṣòṣèlú ní ẹ̀dùn. O máa fi ìwọ gan máa ń sọ. O mọ̀ pé ó lágídí. O mọ̀ pé tó bá ti bínú. O máa ń pẹ́ kó tó bínú, bọ̀ tó bá ti bínú, ó máa ń di ìbínú ẹ̀ máa ń go off. I'm not saying look, if you marry a man that have anger issue too, you will kill yourself. But I'm not saying you should marry a dummy. But look for somebody who know how to manage mad people. Yes, sir. Somebody who is more matured, so that tó bá ti wọ dia for yẹn, kìíní èkìtì yẹn, tó bá ti dé sí ẹ, that family problem, tó bá ti dé, somebody who can just look at that and say, baby, grandson, come here. Who can just make a joke out of your madness. It's a level of maturity. The level of maturity. You are a cry baby. You like to cuddle. You want to marry somebody that is insensitive. So this guy is a perfect guy. He's good. He's taking care of you. He's spending money on you. But you see that he's very insensitive. He's not good with words. He's not good with doesn't do all those lovey-dovey cuddling things, you know, no marry am. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And Shobel no mean Ekiti girls have agidi. Is there anybody that we don't know that? Ekiti girls have agidi. Ogbontage agidi nda ilamu. Ultimately, as I bring to a close, look for somebody who believe in you. I didn't say who love you, who believe in you. Look for somebody who can listen to you. Lastly, look for somebody who is proud of you. If you find those three in any partner, marry them. What does it mean for somebody to believe in you? If it is Paco that you are selling, Paco Jebu, somebody who can look at you and say, in the next 10 years, you'll be international Paco seller, you'll be exporting Paco to Germany to go and be selling to Precious. Somebody who can see a future in your present. That's somebody who believes in you. Somebody who can support you and have a projection for your future. It's not somebody that is giving you money to buy Gucci bag. That's not it. Somebody who can say, okay, why don't you do it like this? This year, the man love you, but he doesn't like your village. He love you, but he doesn't like your job. He say he love you, he's taking care of you, but he doesn't like your church, and you marry him at your own risk. The first thing before you take a decision to marry is acceptance. Somebody who accepts you, not because you are perfect, but because he's ready to complement your imperfection. Somebody who sees you, not see your quality, no, sees your weakness and is committed to strengthen you. I had a situation I was speaking with a dear friend recently who is going through some moments. And one of the problems that the marriage is having hiccups is that, yes, they are marriage will have issues. But this man has formed the ideology of every time they have problem in their marriage, before you say Jacob, he has pick phone and call every family that cares to listen. My wife is this, and he's painting his own insecurity is beginning to eat him up. My wife is this, my wife does, and he's accusing the wife. See, this is why you have to be careful. They are talking about Araski now, and I look at that girl and I have sympathy for her. So many people really don't. They don't give a shit about her, but yeah, she has done the most. But I have sympathy for her. But you see, why is it? Because be careful when you are going through your moments in marriage, how you run your mouth and talk. Any small thing happen, he will call the wife name and pick phone and talk to every family. And the woman can't just have it no more. That is a perfect example of somebody who has never believed in you. A man who find it very, very quick to easily spot your weakness and call it out. That's not the man you should be with. Love is a defense. And if you're married, the first responsibility of anybody in marriage, especially a man, the first duty of a man in marriage, hear me, is protection. And that is not vigilante kind of protection. That is not security. I always say security. I use the word security every time, but I think some people really get it wrong. A man who cannot protect your weakness is not your husband. It's your housemate. So if you are in a relationship, you are not yet married, and every time you have issues, he has to call you out about what you have done 2 years ago, what you did last year, and talk to somebody about the things that you are doing that only him knows. And don't marry that kind of a person. Don't marry somebody that celebrates your victory and condemn your failures. Somebody who celebrates your good side and criticize your bad one and call you out. Love, bear all things, endure all things, believe all things. That's what the book of Ephesians says. Love is patience. Love is kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. Love is not arrogant or irritable. Love does not act on its own. Love bear all things, endure all things, believe all things. Love is greatest of all things. And there is no fear in love. Somebody said, the only reason why my husband is acting like that, he's too insecure. The only reason why he's doing that is because he loved me too much. He's there watching your phone, signing to your Facebook, signing to your Instagram, saying who is chatting with you, saying who is this one. He's just being insecure because what he love me, Juni. No. He doesn't believe in you. He doesn't believe in you. I've been divorced for close to 3 years now. And sometimes I still have to get into a subject of what happened, and I tell people every time. She's horrible in everything, but I can tell you before God in heaven, I have never found her with infidelity. Not one day. Maybe she possibly did, but I never found, and I respect that. But I would tell you, she's not that kind of a woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know that at the end of the day, we were still talking when she was already dating somebody else. It's not overnight that she's married now. It's not overnight that she just meets somebody and married. So definitely something that's been going on in pipeline. You understand? I'm not stupid. But I've never found it. Why? Because I trusted her. So I didn't see it. I'm saying she's not, she have never found it, not because she's perfect, but because I conferred a level of trust in her and protect her. Let me give you another one. I've been divorced for 3 good years. And till today, there are family who don't know that I am divorced. That's what is called protection. There are people who know that we are divorced. Till today, they can't swallow it. In fact, there are people who still disturb me and tell me, what marry now? That's how much they're emotional. You know why? They saw a perfect marriage the entire time. Who in this family can say they have come to separate us before? No. Imagine somebody that you have never had that they have problem, only for you to hear that they are divorced. You know it's weird. That's what happens to me. There's nobody in my family that will say I have called them before. She does a little bit of that foolishness, but I've never, not one day, did I call any family. Find somebody who believes in you. There is an economics theory, which I'm closing with, which you should apply when it comes to taking a decision of marriage. It's called the SWOT analysis. SWOT. SWOT analysis. SWOT. It's called strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Most times we look for the strengths. What the man is doing right, what he's good at, what is the fantastic thing. But we ignore the weakness. Let me tell you this part that most religious mind or most people will not understand is the O inside the opportunity. But me dada. If anybody tells you that it is wrong to marry for economic importance, they lie to you. I'm not saying marry a rich person. No. I'm not saying. But I'm telling you, don't marry a poor person. Nothing breaks marriage. Nothing frustrates marriage in life than poverty. Even if he doesn't have money now, if his future is not glaring to you, he doesn't know where he's going, you are not sure what the future holds, don't marry him. I hear my bad. So, everything is love is not about money. It's about poverty. Use your head. Don't let love mislead you. If anybody tells you, don't let motivational speakers fool you. Go and check every motivational speaker. No, they don't marry a poor girl. They did not marry a poor person. None of those pastors. Wow, you would love the everything is not about money. Yes. But nothing is about poverty. Poverty have nothing. Shit. Yeah. But I was telling somebody this week, I said, rich men don't cheat. Rich men enjoy life. Life is good when you are successful. Cheating becomes normal. Cheating becomes, it is only a poor man that cheats and it's an offense. And people will judge you. In fact, if you are broke as a man, your wife is even using her own finances to sustain the family, and you are still cheating, Ogun will kill you. Thunder will fire you very soon. You are very stupid. You are poor and you are still cheating. The least thing you can at least give is faithfulness. You don't have nothing to put on the table. You are still sharing your body. At least give your body. Let the woman know that at least she has that. But you don't want to marry a rich man because ilé ọlá ò ní sinmi àbáwọn ẹ máa ń sọ rubbish tó máa ń sọ yẹn. Ọlá níyọnu. Ìsàlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹlẹ́gbin, you don't want to marry somebody that is successful. It's only in Africa that being rich or being successful is an offense, your first offense. So you don't want to marry a successful person because ìsàlẹ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹlẹ́gbin. Marry a poor man. Does that mean he will not slap you? In fact, there is no angry man in this world than a broke man. Go and ask so many married people. Their marriage was working until the man lose his job and he became broke and he have more time to spend at home. First of all, I could do it because he has time to have sex. And you know, sex is not interesting. Sex is not interesting when man is not dropping money for food. You are hungry and they are knocking you. Will come to what meanwhile, shower ló fi ṣe ayé lálásèpọ̀. Tẹ́ ẹ kàn gé mọ́ra yín lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú gàrí dèríkà méjì. Ẹ wá rọra jẹ yẹn tán wá dórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì kó sùn. Ó tún ṣe It's not sweet. Sex is never sexy. It's not romantic to be making love with hungry stomach. Do you hear me? Women, we know that. If your husband, your rent is due, you are owing 6 months rent. Landlord has come in the afternoon to knock your door and insult you. Your husband is now coming at night to be doing he. If he suck your breast, he will say as if they took you knife on your nipple. That's how you are going to feel. Poverty kill orgasm. Do you hear? Poverty kill orgasm. So the financial security of both of you is what you should ensure first. Don't marry. Don't marry for love. And ignore all of these details. It's good for you to marry. Love him as Jackpa. Love to one what everything is not about money, but there is nothing about poverty. There are so many men. You say he's still struggling. You just want to get married because of your stupid desperation to marry. Because you are too desperate. You feel that at least a mission and shisha. Hear me. He doesn't have to have money. He doesn't have to have it all. You just have to have a prospect, have a plan. Marry a man that is working towards something, not this man that is clueless about his future. And I think you should know by now the difference between job and career is different. I don't care how successful you are as a woman. You think that, you know, I just in this commitment, we can work together. Oh my boy, baby, o compare me. Táwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ bá ń mọ́kàn wọn jáde tọ́kọ wọn ń ṣe ìdàrẹ́ tó ń ṣe bìzàbìzà fún wọn. Tí ẹ gé ṣókọ́kọ́ tó tún wá náwó lé lórí yẹn tó ń strive fún ìwọ ló ń ra polo sí lọ́rùn. Self-esteem. Somebody post something this week and said, how come independent women always find it difficult to find a man? No, it's not that. The problem is that independent women always intentionally look for low-minded men because they think that they are self-sufficient to carry the financial burden of the family. So they think that having a man that is lower secures them the loyalty that they think they deserve. Independent women who are successful always intentionally look for mediocres because they think that, but the fact that a man is broke does not mean he will be loyal to you. In fact, poverty and loyalty are things that don't work alike. So if you think God has blessed you, you have everything that you need and you can raise a child by yourself, it's not a reason to open legs for a mediocre. It's not a reason at all. Because you see, you are furnishing that man does not mean he will be loyal to you. This guy just came in from nowhere, from Nigeria. I started dating this woman. Oh, the lady. Professional. She's a nurse practitioner. Benz Loga from boy and Benz Loga. This woman works in Virginia. She would drive from Baltimore to Virginia every day. Oloshi Bobo Nishel could ni way. Woman alone would have never share Niconi Suru ni go to bed. Woman no do file the phone. Woman I love Bishop will yard with Ben City, Madame Rafun. I dem have moved Buruki, I had to bomb while you were funny no lay. Ojo kan ya love Bishop, something happened, change. She have to turn back on the way. Palamba is say you. Orí bẹ́ẹ̀dì ló ti bá láìfò. Ìyàbá lè dànù. Tó bá gba kọ́kọ́rọ́ mọ́tò lọ́wọ́ ilé síta. Bí wọ́n lè dànù yẹn báyìí. Do you know that the following week, that this woman was heartbroken? The following week, his green card came. And the woman seized it. But God forbid. The fact that the man is poor does not necessarily mean he will be loyal to you, or he will love you, or the fact that you have been a one man's Alpha and Omega doesn't necessarily mean you will have him at your beck and call. In fact, date a successful man because at least you can know all his excesses. Money is a trigger. So you know, okay already, you will easily spot out his worst, behavior. You don't know a man's behavior until you have money. You see that woman that is going, he come to your house, say, he say, baby, don't be a good back grandkid, don't she let him for him, go in the motor. You go the way. Come and shock you back on. Security. We talked about protecting your weakness, protecting your weaknesses, your deficiencies. How can it is your husband that is going to church to go and say, Pastor, Yahoo me will judge you, don't go to buy, oh, so buy, Yahoo me so buy. No, now. I just need man to go and report to another man. It's going to your pastor to go and tell your pastor that you are not having good sex with him. How? Same security, financial security. Poverty can ruin marriage, believe me. Poverty can ruin marriage. You are a good man, she's a good woman. If you are poor, frustration will set in. So that's opportunity, strength, weakness. But me dada, marriage ló la àwọn kan. Ó ti jẹ́ kí tó máa fà wọ́n wálẹ̀ ní wọ́n fẹ́ wọ̀. There are some people today, they marry a man that is not successful, is not rich when they marry, but because they are both prospective, they both have a clarity of purpose, and their vision could be synergized. And because the man believes in the woman, they have leverage on certain values and certain opportunities on their partner to take them. Ẹlòmíì ó kàn lè fi èèyàn mímọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ kó lè pẹ́ ní yẹn kàn ní connections àwọn nǹkan kan tí wọ́n ti ń build tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀, and you are with the person, you know that being with this person will open you to certain contacts. Why not? Don't be silly, my friend. If you're a man, you have political ambition. Marry somebody that the parents are already in politics. It's easier for you. That's all. It looks vain, but that's the truth. So strength, SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. What is the worst case scenario? Oh, he's from a Muslim family, but he's a Christian. We are going to church together. I met him in church. But he's from a Muslim family. And you have forgotten that in Islam, polygamy is allowed. So today, find another girl, you are seeing him with another girl, he's not cheating on you. He was raised that way. He's going to church. So many people go to church to socialize. I think somebody, you are a Christian, I think somebody who is the father and mother, Alaja, they are chronic Muslim. But yes, he has converted. If he marry another woman, who will reprimand him? Who are you going to go to? Who are you going to go to? Those who don't believe in what your values are. What are your traits? Sometimes it's just geographical location. Some people, your business, your vision will thrive in certain location than the other. This person is in this same location. No. I studied communication at the first degree. When I moved to America, somebody said, just further pursue your media career like could work. Share it is me that you want me to start struggling to be on radio here or to be on TV with this accent. No, now. I have to readjust. I have to start defining what else am I doing in my life. That's why I tell people I'm not going to die here. I'm still going back to Nigeria. I will still live the other part of my life in Nigeria. Because I have so many prospects in media practice. Do you understand? But it's not going to fly for me here. I will be broke here if I do that. Define your strengths, weakness, opportunity, and threats. As we sum up, I want you to understand that love is beautiful. But as much as I've said that you should not marry for love, hear this. And hear this from me. Love is a seed that grows. You might possibly not eat the fruits when you are planting it, but love can grow. All of these things that we have asked you to consider, you cannot create them if it's not there. But you can grow love if you think it's not there or you think it's needed. We don't even control it. You think somebody believes in you, invest in you, share values with you, you think you will not love the person? No, you will now, bear it. Sometimes it might end up not being that image that is in your fantasy, that tall, dark, and handsome that is you are stuck in your head. It might end up being Shanko. might be danku guy. Kékeré ẹkùn. Hey, wèrè lẹ́lòmíì. The only reason why you are going to miss it in marriage is because you are following media trend, or you are following your friends, or your elder sister. They are married to guys that are lanky. Hey, gbogbo yín kọ́ lẹ máa fẹ́ fine boy yo. Ẹlòmíì máa trade the fine boy fún fine marriage ni o. You marry the cute guy and you remain sad ever after. Wàhálà yìí àníyàn. Don't follow what is fashionable. I've said it many times. I'm not really worked out about certain physical looks. No. The things I'm looking for is here. I fuck brain. I've fucked enough pussy in my life. I fuck brain right now. You can grow love. It doesn't have to be from the start. You can grow into love. If you have common ground, love will certainly flow in. The only reason why you will find it difficult to fall in love with such person is because if you are having a divided attention, tó bá ń yọ ẹnìkan dó, ó máa di pé ó wà lè concentrate. And let us conclude with the subject of sex. I'm sorry to every pastor. I disagree with the concept of no sex before marriage. Pastors knows. They won't tell you. They preach otherwise, but they knows. Ask every pastor that can be honest with you. That's 90% of the counseling they do for married people, already married people, who are having issue in their marriage, that they have to come to pastor. If it doesn't have something to do with subject of sex. And the only people who don't have problem, but me that kò sí problem then kò sí iye ìjà tó lè máa jà marriage. If you and your partner are sexually addicted to each other, gbé ìjà yóò lè last. Ìwọ tó lè ṣe kó má dùnkù, inú wèrè wo ló ń bí ẹ, ó máa overlook ẹ ni. Ó máa gbójú ni. Driver, hello. If they water down the subject of sexual compatibility for you, you will regret it, man. See, have differences in every other thing. Be a captain in the field and a freak in bed. And make sure your partner is addicted to you. Sometimes you think you are doing well and you are not. That's why you should discuss it. African women, it is not a sin for you to talk about how you like your pussy sucked. Kí ni mo sọ yìí báyìí? Ẹnu mi ẹni Jésù ṣé àtọ́pẹ́ ti kúrò lórí show yìí ṣá? You will be doing yourself a favor. You like it. Tell brother non-so that you like it. But again, but I just speak it on your belly. Oh man, speaking on the and don't just come and be telling the man what you want. That's ruthless. That sounds like rape. You understand? Discuss it. Get to know him. It's only in Africa that a married woman is afraid of discussing sexual preferences with the husband. How? Let's postpone the whole sexual compatibility and the essence of sexual communication and sexual intimacy for the next show. I could end up actually topic last Sunday. Let me go. Let's not do it today. Because I want to make that. Do we have another Saturday before the month's end? Yes, we do. I'm going to end this whole thing about our next topic to end this Living in Love series is sex, love. Sex versus love. Can sex make you love somebody? Huh? Any? Ẹ sọ pé can sex make you love somebody? Ẹ sọ pé yes. Okay. But can you be in love with somebody, or you are married to somebody that you are not sexually attracted to? Can you love your husband and you are happy with your marriage, but you are not sexually? You don't understand. The man is having good sex. He doesn't have a small dick. The dick is big. Everything is fine. But it's not just your kind of sex. He's doing good. In fact, you are coming. You are having orgasm. But there's so many sexual fantasies that doesn't exist in your marriage. So you have so many things in your head that you wish you explore, but it's not there and it has never been discussed. So can you be married to somebody that you are not sexually attracted to? Can you be in marriage and not be, and be sexually starved, even though you are having sex every time and you're still sexually starved? But most importantly, can sex make you love somebody? Can somebody fuck grain out of you? Those are the questions we're going to talk about next week. Okay, I think a caller is coming in. Hello? I'm flashing.
Hello. Yeah. No, I didn't want to disturb what you were saying. Okay. The question of sex is a big topic here.
Yeah.
The question you asked me was, can we love somebody because of sex, or can you marry, or can you be attracted, or can you marry your spouse? I mean, was that not what you said?
Yeah.
Without a good sex?
Yes.
Okay, yes. The answer is yes. And I said both ways, it could still be no. Remember our last discussion in this chat room last week when we were talking about weighing your options sometimes. Okay. We talked about something, but if you remember, I will take you back to that. When I said, in your only man buy so go enjoy a buffet pool away. You are so fucking good. When there is nothing there, listen. The adults go about already. Possible. Sexually good. But like I said, the same way, see, I won't know she feel nígbà tó yẹ kó fẹ́ fine boy. No manage it bẹ́ẹ̀ tó lọ́mọ kò máa gbá wọn kó nínú ìṣe. The same way, tí fine girl máa fẹ́ frog tó máa rò pé wò mi ò kí àmọ́járe. The same way, tí dancer máa fẹ́ ọkọ ọ̀la tó járúgbó tí ò dẹ̀ fucking clear torí pé ó ti weigh options ẹ̀ pé òun ló lè gbé mi dé level tí mo fẹ́, òun ló lè ra nǹkan the comforts I want for me. The same way náà ló ṣe lè fi olóko ṣékélé tí ò tiẹ̀ tún mọ̀ ọ́ lò tó dẹ̀ máa rò pé wò ó jẹ́ra mi lẹ́nu ìwé ẹ̀járe jẹ́kí bọ̀bọ̀ ẹ̀ wà ń bẹ̀ òun ló lè gbé mi lamẹ́ríkà náà, òun ló lè gba green card fún mi, òun ló lè jẹ́ kí n wà ó, òun ló lè gbé yàmi kò nínú slum. The same way náà ni Regina Daniel ṣe lọ fẹ́ bọ̀dá 60 àbí 70 tó ń fi ríǹgì sí wọn lọ́wọ́ náà. Ṣó fall in love ni? Ẹ gbàgbé ṣó fall in love ni? Fall in love pẹ̀lú kíni? Ṣó fine ni? No, ẹ gbàgbé, let's be realistic in this case, man. Ṣé ta ló sọ pé bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ṣe pé sex wise is good? Who said that to you? Ọmọ máa manage ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹ́ ẹ wà nínú ọlá, àwọn ẹbí ẹ wà nínú ọlá, ń fly private jet, owó lórí yacht anyhow, òun lọ every time holiday tí gbogbo ò lè afford. So òun máa wá sọ fún ẹ padà ní pé wá bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ò lè ṣe. Ó máa jókòó tó ní ọjọ́ tó bá mú wọn lẹ̀ náà ni. Àwọn bàbá yìí gan mọ̀ sometimes wọ́n gbójú wọn ní mẹ́ẹ̀ gbàgbé òṣì. Ṣé Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ ló ń dán gbogbo àwọn tó fẹ́ ni ẹ gbàgbé. àwọn ọmọ yẹn wọ́n mọ nǹkan táwọn fẹ́ lọ jẹ́ ń bẹ̀ wọ́n mọ bó ṣe ń lọ wọ́n bí ọkọ mélòó ní bàbá 85 fẹ́ dó táwọn ọmọ kéékèèké ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń fẹ́.
Economic importance ni.
You weigh your options ní gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí realistic
calculation ni.
One way options wọn ni. The question you ask is ṣé o lè fẹ́ yàn tí ó wà sexually good? Yes, òun ló ṣe rí Aláàfin tó ń fẹ́ àwọn 2019 wọ́n dẹ̀ sọ fún ẹ pé àwọn wà happy.
Money will give you orgasm.
Same way náà ni. The same way tí princess ṣe ń fẹ́ fraud náà ni Victor. So that is my own opinion. The question you ask is it possible? I would say yes. But I want to miss out on some other things. One more quick is go denu or not denu pé Timbani way will I do it? No. Somebody better option will they go for it? No. Wọ́n ṣe gbé kí lórúkọ Regina Daniel sílẹ̀. Wọ́n bá gbé Victor sílẹ̀. Kí Victor náà do wá ní ọ̀rá ní ìdajì owó tí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ní Sophie kò máa lọ fún bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn. No. Sophie kò máa lọ fún mi. Sexually, bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn lè má lè ṣe anything. Ìdajì wọn Viagra ni. Wọ́n máa gbé dání bó ṣe wà yẹn. Àwọn ló máa bá nílé oní kayamata tí àwọn náà bàbá wọn mú tí wọ́n wálé. Kò ń ṣe this one.
Regina gan bá olùkà kayamata fọ́kù ẹ̀.
Gbàgbé bóyá ó ṣẹlẹ̀. Wọ́n rò bóyá gbogbo tó ń rí yẹn ó fi pé bóyá ṣé ò ní. Ó lọ bó ṣe ń lọ ní ìdajì lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rí yẹn. But all I'm saying is it is possible, Victor. It is possible. People do things for reasons. Ó ti sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan pé kò sẹ́nibọ̀dì tó dédé love èèyàn.
Yes.
Ó ti wo pọ̀ fẹ́ ni, ó ti wo pé ọmọ ayé ti fẹ́ jẹrì. Fine boy gan-an, èmi gan-an, ẹnu ẹ̀ sì ń gbá ká tó wá lọ gbé wa lọ fẹ́ bàbá 85 gan wá sọ fẹ́ mi bó fẹ́ wà I love you. Fucking love wèrè wo bàbá tí olóró lọ́rùn wo ló lo wà I love pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Bàbá tí wọ́n ti pọ̀ boxers wo ló sọ wípé wà I love pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Wọ́n ti wo other things tó wà nílẹ̀ pé ọmọ inú ayé ló máa bọ́ sí jàre ní òkè à.
Àwọn
èèyàn ń weigh options wọn ni wọ́n ń weigh kan fún kan ni. Ẹlòmíì marry tán kó tó mọ̀ pé ọmọ kò sí àwa kan marry tán yé la ṣe pé yé bọ̀dá àdùn kó tẹ gbé wá yìí ó yẹ ká gbé wọlé lórí ni mẹ́.
Gbé pọ̀.
Bó ṣe wà nìyẹn. Ẹ ń pè tó gbé wọlé pọ̀ jù ẹ tó bá nírú nǹkan báyìí ó yẹ kó lówó ni. Ojoojúmọ́ lè ní máa ń ta sí pé wọ́n tó gbé nǹkan tó gbé dání ó yẹ kó gbé wọlé ni mẹ́ ká máa gbówó maintenance ni náà. Bó ṣe wà nìyẹn.
Ó máa balẹ̀ ọba jẹ́.
Ọmọ àgbálẹ̀ ọba jẹ́ olúwẹ̀ máa ní bọ́lẹ̀ tí ò bá fa mọ́ra sọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ nǹkan tó wà lẹ́yìn náà. Jí dàgbé. The same way ló ṣe máa rí fine boy tí ò sí nǹkan kan bẹ̀ tó yẹ pé ó kàn kò gẹ̀ẹ́jọ ni ó kàn dúró bí Victor kò sí nǹkan kan.
Wà.
Victor wọlé wà lórí floor. Victor náà la lè fi ṣe kiri náà ó la lè fi example bó ṣe ń lọ. You know? So the honest truth is, the question is it possible? I would say yes, because you weigh your options. But I would say no fún àwọn tó jẹ́ wípé wọn ò lè compromise that aspect of their own life. Nǹkan tó ní ká lu kúkú dùn ẹ̀ ó yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Sex is nothing to some people. Gbàgbọ́ ìsọ fún ẹ. And sex is the main job to some people. Àwọn obìnrin kan wà máa làágùn ẹ straight wọ́n máa sọ síta fún ẹ ní pé ọmọ bàbá ẹ̀ kò lè ṣe báwo kò lóko ń dì kí mo fẹ́ fi ṣe mo fẹ́ ti bètì ni. Ọmọ mi ò lè fẹ́ mẹ́ni bá jẹ́ mílíọ̀nù àwọn kan máa làágùn ẹ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ máa sọ fún ẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé kò sí nǹkan tí fẹ́ fi ṣe. Do you get me?
Right.
Same way lóbìnrin bí wọ́n ṣe máa sọ pé màtó wá lóko nǹkan tí olùwò ṣó máa dì ní kó lọ bá yẹn sùn ṣó máa dì ní kí fẹ́ fokú ẹ̀ ṣe bá ti lò ó ṣe wà náà nìyẹn. So nǹkan tó mátà sí pọ̀ ó lè má mátà sí mi.
Individual preferences.
But the question is it possible? Yes, for some people.
But is it possible to be in a happy marriage that is not, sexually active, sexually engaging?
Okay, you see? Remember what I said about happy marriage here? Everything is a package. Kò sí standard for happy marriage. Tẹ́ bá ṣe jọ play ni. Nǹkan tó please mi kọ́ ló please ìwọ. Nǹkan tó please èmi kọ́ ló please ìwọ. Oníkàlùkù máa deal pẹ̀lú ara ẹ̀ ni. Happy marriage kò sí standard for happy marriage. Ẹlòmíì wọ́n ra mọ́tò fún wọn kọ́lé fún wọn ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ fún wọn sì máa jí okó yẹn dúró pẹ̀lú ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ pẹ̀lú driver.
Pẹ̀lú driver nǹkan kan.
Pẹ̀lú ọ̀rẹ́ ọkọ ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú nǹkan ó sì máa ṣe òṣì. So happy marriage bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn lè fún gbogbo mo ti try everything fún mi mo rán àbúrò ẹ̀ lọ school mi mo gbé yẹ̀ wá sí Amẹ́ríkà èmi ni mo mú wá sí Amẹ́ríkà tó fi gbàwé ni mo rán ní school of of nothing. At the end of the day, so showing happy marriage is a thing of your own heart and your mind. It comes from within. It is not sorry, I'm a mix of satisfaction. When love comes within. See, love from within. Oh, need láti lówó. See, love from within. Ọkọ mi èmi ti ra lé èmi ní mọ́tò mo ní ìwé mo ní gbogbo owó òní kankan nínú ìwé when we met kò dé wá kò tiẹ̀ torí ẹ̀fẹ̀ anybody kò rí kò rán. Do you get me? So the point is, okay, whatever reason, Timori, yes. But all I'm saying is, I want your man to ring Connie. Love why do you love for you? I just love him. Forgive me.
You don't just love him. There's a reason.
Options I just love him. I just love him. So let's go back to your question of is it possible? Yes, I would say yes, and I would say no. To you, it could be yes. To me, it could be no. And it was the standard of life, say. But can a marriage, happy marriage, what? See good sex with they see? Yes, because some people, sex, you're going to go very cool to that same party where you know. Ọkùnrin mi náà wọ́n ti tí àwọn ẹ̀ bá ń fọwọ́ pa lára tó ń fọwọ́ fà lẹ́sẹ̀ náà máa bí ẹ tó ṣe oúnjẹ ní ṣó ya wèrè ní òṣè mọ̀jú sẹ́ẹ̀sì ló báyìí. The same way náà làwọn obìnrin kan tí wọ́n kọ́ ẹ bá ti fà á lẹ́ẹ̀mejì mẹ́ta ní akẹ́ wọ́n ṣépè fún wọn ni wọ́n mọ̀ ojú yẹn lọ ní. Gbogbo èèyàn náà kọ́ ló bàjẹ́ sẹ́ẹ̀sì yìí náà tó bá ṣe ń pọ́n léyìí náà tó ń súnmọ́ àwọn tí ò rí jẹ constantly òun ló máa ń ká lára ló máa ń jọ wọ́n lójú. Tó bá ti ń gbọ́ kó yẹn gbé tó ń bá jí tó ń bá sùn ọmọ òsì ẹ̀ ó máa parọ́ nípa ìwà àyọ̀ period wọn lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́wàá tó bọ̀bọ̀ ìfi nílẹ̀ ara lórí ń fọ́ mi. Gbọ̀ngàn téèyàn ò bá ní ló ń jọ̀yàn lójú ẹni tí ò bá ní ọkọ ńlé bí kò ní constant boyfriend tó ń dókó òun ló máa ń jọ lójú ló máa ń sá kiri títì fẹ́ jíjẹ ń bí jíjẹ lóhùn kò sí nǹkan kan pa kínní náà lọ títì.
Stop.
Ó wà jẹ́ sọ pé nígbà tó sọ pé wà yẹn ṣe ní ìwà tí ìpè 24/7 pé o tún ti bẹ́ẹ̀ nìkan sílé 24/7 wà wá yá ẹ̀ lẹ́nu pé ìgbà ẹ̀ ló máa sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ pé mo ti ṣiṣẹ́ lọ látàárọ̀ ìgbà ẹ̀ la máa ní àárò ẹ̀ ò ní sáǹtì mọ́ I've been on the road since morning lálẹ́ máa gbọ́.
Wà á mi láàgì wú ara o.
Èyí yẹn lọ́wọ́ máa gbọ́ Victor tó bá ti tó stage gbogbo ẹni tí gbogbo yín fọ́ yìí gbogbo ìta ìpariwo yìí ló dájú ọkùnrin yìí náà tẹ̀ ìpariwo náà fi àgbà náà ló kún àpò wọn. Wọ́n máa gbé tábìlẹ̀tì mu ní kó tó bọ́ pátá.
Dá padà lágbo mélòó. Like you said, didn't have places ni o. Àwọn kan wà. Tínú wọn bá dùn. Trigger ni. Wọ́n máa fọ́ anything. Tán bá broke. Trigger ni. Tán bá mọtí. Trigger ni. Àwọn àdóni máa ṣe lè gùn wá. Like I said, didn't have places ni o.
So the point is only we are married kò like bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn kó jẹ́ package kínú ẹ̀ dùn kó fẹ́ kẹ́yìn méjèèjì wà happy kó dẹ̀ máa wà sexually active ṣó máa fi ń lẹ̀ mí. Adájú ò lè fọkàn wọ́n lẹ̀ lọ.
Máa fún wọn ní scenario next show we are going to deal with so many scenarios that I know a very happy marriage that if the wife tell you about the husband Ọlọ́run á ṣe ń bí kẹ́ ẹ fọkàn ilẹ̀ kẹ́ lọ fọkàn. Very happy marriage, but the only issue they have is that the wife is not that sexually attracted to the husband. And that does not cause a problem. And they are not having a problem.
Let me tell you something. If tó bá ti sọ̀rọ̀ sex jù, obìnrin tó bá ń lẹ́nu jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ wò ó kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ lé. In most cases, mi ò sọ pé generally, but in most cases. Tó bá ti ń sọ sex irú wọn ò rí jẹ. Bọ̀dá yẹn ó sì máa kúnlẹ̀ tí ní 1 hour náà. Máa fi ṣe blow job kò mí pé kí ni bọ́ọ̀ ní happy marriage ni. Olùlé wọn tó bá ti broke ẹlòmíì tiẹ̀ nìyẹn. Obìnrin mi dẹ̀ tọkọ ẹ̀ bá ti broke báyìí ó ń gan kò sí lé mọ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni tó bá ti lówó báyìí kò ní orgasm.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Nǹkan tó ń drive oníkálukú ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ kò sí standard and I will keep saying it. ṣe lọ́bìdọ̀bì ń tà ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ gbàgbàjú tó ń rulé. Gbàgbé bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ nǹkan tá fẹ́ put out là ń put out nǹkan tá fẹ́ kí àwọn ọ̀tá rí là ń gbé síta ń gbà mí làwọn máa ṣe lọ́bìdọ̀bì oh my husband irọ́ ni wọ́n ṣe bí ọmọ ìyá alájẹ ẹlòmíì tó ń lé mi gbàgbé sọ fún ẹ. But I bet you show off agaga obìnrin. We want to sugarcoat everything. We want to do a show off. We want to let everybody see that we have a perfect home. We are not failures, and that is how we cover every shit. Kí ló fà á tí obìnrin máa ní òwò àpítọ́lọ́jì nǹkan jẹ́ ń tà tó dẹ̀ sọ pé ní happy marriage ṣẹ̀dẹ̀ máa rí ìránṣẹ́ lọ́bìdọ̀bì gbogbo ó dẹ̀ jí nǹkan jẹ́ why? Kálá kan paint every gbogbo we are good painters sórí àwa obìnrin obìnrin tiẹ̀ ní kọ́kọ́ àtọkùnrin àtobìnrin náà ní actresses and actors gbogbo orí stage la wà. Ìgbà tó bá tó fakọ́tì ní orí stage everybody wà. So that's my one take on this. It is possible, I will say yes, and I will say no for some people because some people will not compromise that aspect of their life. The same way some people will not compromise that aspect of go coffee fine boy. Wọ́n á rádà lọ fẹ́ fine boy tí olùwò dàgbọ́n fẹ́ ugly boy. Báwọn kan náà ṣe wà nìyẹn wọn ò lè fẹ́ ugly boy. Wọ́n ti wà allergic sí kéèyàn ugly wọn láwọn ọ̀rẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n wà allergic sí ugliness pé bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn kúrú kò fine. Wọ́n wà allergic wọn ò tiẹ̀ lè pretend ni. Wọ́n prefer for what and who. The same with táwọn kan jẹ́ pé fine boy yìí ni bá máa dùn lọ́wọ́. The same with báwọn kan wà tó kó o fine di ọ̀la kó o fine ju Victor lọ kó o ga ju Victor lọ wà láì ọba àbàdàn náà ṣì máa lọ fẹ́. Ọba ọ̀gbọ́n náà ṣì máa fẹ́. Kí ló fẹ́
Tílà. Wọ́n á fẹ́ bàbá tílà. Mo ní bàbá náà máa lọ fẹ́ tílà.
Bàbá náà máa lọ fẹ́ tílà jẹ́ kẹ́lò mi sọ̀rọ̀ Victor bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ṣe fíìmù nìyẹn lóyún.
All right, thank you very much. Ẹja máa lọlé. That is why we talk about you being with someone with the same exactly precious, exactly the point. That's why it has to be somebody that you share. If you are a freak, marry a freak. It's simple. And if you know that you are, you know, when it comes to the subject of sex, some people like they love sex die. They want to have sex as many times as possible. But there are some people who don't like to have it that frequent. But you see this one that we have, the few ones that we have, they are very adventurous. They will explore everything. So butt plug. They want to do stuff. They want to be creative. But she might not have the appetite for 5 times a day. Like another person. You feel me? Boy, master and slave. That's the only thing I've never tried with anyone. I'm very open when it comes to sexual activities, but that's the only one I'm not open to. I don't trust anybody like that. I don't trust myself. Why we will not be unfortunate in life. You get. But there are some girls that would say shitty stuff like, I like it when you are inside of me. I like it when you choke me. But what is you know, stuff like that. They are wild. But she doesn't have the appetite for many rounds of sex. You feel me? Who can get on it? Could last very. So when it comes to even the subject of sex, gone. Thomas listen. It's often different. And there are some, they actually like sex. In fact, they have the appetite to have as much as possible, but they are boring because of their exposure. They don't know how to do it. It's not as if so if they are not doing it, not because they don't want to do it, it's because they don't know how, or they don't have that, say the way we do sexually exposed is different. Our it work both the question stand. Hello, me could for the same man 10 times. Ìṣòro ṣì ní láti bẹ̀rù fúnra rẹ̀ tó bá di dùn náà sáré wọṣọ padà ní. I need to do that. I can't throw caution in the wind. It's very pressure, you understand? But me, so I want clean it to anule quite expressive. So she just need to learn it and learn to face it. So there are some people who it's not because they don't want to know how to do it though. They just do it's not because they don't want it. They just don't know how. You understand? So at the end of the day, you might really be mistaken to think that somebody don't like sex. No, she like it. She just don't know how. So she needs somebody who is like somebody not only that is good at it, but he has the understanding that can take through. So to buy the more to really more to come back, you are being insensitive about it. To command, go to Susini. But somebody who is detailed, who can understand the body type and take her through. That's what somebody like. And then me that one could really like here. So there are 4 different faces. So that one could like it, yet one could meji. Imi could like it because her body is not just up here. It's busy with something else. Elomike na that defects. In fact, there are medical explanations to that. Elomi infection ti baye don't buy it. All the sexual urge will not function. Elomi na infection. To some, is certain things in their background. To some, is certain experiences they've been through. Some people could not get through certain traumas. So you understand? At the end of the day, make yourself very available to your partner. Let him be aware of you. You understand? If you operate a machine that you have not read the manual, you will likely abuse it. Do you understand? You will likely abuse it. Ẹ̀rọ lè rán jẹ́, bọ́ ẹ̀rọ lọ́gì, ó yàtọ̀ sí ẹ̀rọ tó ń lọ́ta, ó yàtọ̀ sí èyí tó ń lo àgbàdo. Tó bá kó àgbàdo sínú ẹ̀rọ lọ́ta, ó máa dìdàkudà. Torí dry lè wet. So, do you understand? The more your partner can understand, so that's how the conversation. Let's leave this. Let's go home so that we will have a whole day for it. Thank you very much for joining, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you guys, if I can, tomorrow. And if I can't, I'll see you next week, Saturday. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your night.